Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of, I guess I'm calling this Oddball TV. I forgot the name of it for a second. It's one of those days. Tonight, we've got Jon Fealy with Fealy's Clutch. We've got Max Lee with Interstellar Reptiles. And we've got Dillon with, every time I read it, I giggle. These balls. You're right up there with Jose and grab your balls. Like, I see it, I giggle.
That's the point. I like making people laugh.
I need a shirt. Oh my goodness. Holy crud, I should have turned my notifications off. I'm dinging like crazy. So sorry, John and I are both a little sick. Yeah. And I mean that John, not my John. So should have named this like the Brady's Bunch, I swear to God. It's just like, where's Alice?
There once was a lovely lady.
So why don't we take a second? Everybody can introduce themselves because, some people may not know you guys. I would hope everybody would know you guys, but, And there's Chad. Chad, eat a dick. All right, let's start with John. John, introduce yourself.
Jon Fealy, Fealy's Clutch. First positive year breeding, I guess is the way to say it. I've been breeding for 2 years. First year I've actually gotten eggs. Work with 10 different species right now. Just try to enjoy what I do.
What species are you working with right now?
Ball pythons, retics, carpets, boas, Mexican black king snakes, a bunch of tarantula species.
John would love you.
Well, I keep telling you, once he's ready for those Mexican black king snakes, let me know. I'll find a way to export them somehow.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get my thumb bit off. And on that note, we've got Max Lee with Interstellar.
Max, my first year in the hobby. I just had my first lock a couple days ago, and they were locked together for like 5 days, which is crazy.
Oh.
So, I'm just kind of hoping to have my first clutch this year and see how it goes from there.
What are you pairing this year?
It's the male's a pinstripe, and the female is a super orange dream spider.
Nice. That'll be a wicked clutch.
Solid pairing.
Is that all you breed, or?
Yeah, just ball pythons. I've got a few more growing up right now, but that's just the only ones I've got ready for this year. Yeah. Should be getting some more soon that I'm hoping to be able to pair later on, but right now that's it.
All right, and Dillon.
So like Kathleen said, my name is Dillon, Dillon Smith with D's Balls and Exotics. I mainly focus on Burmese pythons and ball pythons as far as the breeding goes. I believe this is our 4th season now, at least really getting into the breeding. I keep a number of species, but other than that, I'm just some dude with some snakes.
And a YouTube channel. So yeah, I haven't added the link to the description yet because I've been really busy today. You guys know that. I'll have to add that later. But Jon Fealy just hit 1K.
Hell yeah. Nice.
What are you at, Dillon, right now?
I want to say I'm at like 500 or just about 500. No, we hit 500 the other day. So right around there.
Exciting. That's exciting. How long have you been on the YouTube?
About 3 years, but I'll be honest, I really wasn't consistent with it the first couple years. It wasn't until recently that I've been really being consistent with it.
Yeah. So while we're doing this, I'll add everybody's links to the description. If everybody can go give them a follow and a like and a subscribe and do the things with the buttons and the things.
Go play with these balls.
Yeah,
God.
Everybody loves these balls. Come on.
I can't. Why am I a woman in this industry, guys?
You chose to have it
with all the ball puns. At least my initials are the beginning of it, so it actually works.
when I chose, I was just like, I'm grabbing one person from each of my circles. Didn't know that you guys all knew each other. So
Oh man.
Anna
Yeah.
wants to know if these balls are big. Anna.
This
Yeah,
is
I'm
gonna be
gonna
a
avoid
fun
that one.
night. This is gonna be a real fun night,
And I'm not even drinking.
right?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to start with the first topic because I know Paul Taylor keeps asking this for people and he wants to know, and I also want to know because I'm into it. So, double recessive project. How are you guys? What would be the best way you would go about a double recessive project? Starting it out, getting it going.
Ooh, you want to hit that first, John?
I'm not even at that point in my life yet, but yeah, I'll hit it. Actually, that's coming
Dylan
up
wants
this
your
year,
sloppy seconds.
but
Yeah, you know.
it's just
I
it
figured
takes
I'd give
time,
John.
you know. I think the biggest thing with the double recessive project is just being patient because it's all a play of percentages, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm one of those, like, you can do the head-to-head pairings all day, but to start out the project, I think you have to have a visual of each.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're prolonging a 10-year project minimum into like a 15, 20-year project. And if you ever want to make the double visual, then you got to stack the odds in your favor a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think honestly, a double recessive is probably going to be kind of common come the next. Well, I mean, they're already kind of becoming common. But the next 5 to 6 years, you're gonna be looking at a lot of people that either have a double recessive or a double recessive with another het on top of it. It's how long a lot of the recessives have been in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys down there?
So I kind of see both sides of, like, as far as visuals and then het to het, because I'm playing both of them, honestly, just because, like, I didn't have the money to afford double visuals of some of them, you know, to work in. So like I have some double hets that are 100% raising up, but I try to do it when I do that. I've been trying to do like 1.2, so I have more, you know, chances. But then I'm also breeding visual to visual at that, with that said too. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm playing both, like trying to produce the double hets, but then also just purchasing double hets. But I haven't produced any double visuals yet. So
yeah,
I'm like John, I'm still playing that game to get there.
Those odd gods are
not
like nice with the double recessive.
Right?
Yeah. How would you go about it, Max?
Well, I've actually got a double recessive project going or growing up right now.
Ooh.
I got a 1.1 pair of puzzle and hypo. So the male is puzzle het hypo and the female is hypo het puzzle.
Oh,
Hell
there
yeah.
we go.
That's actually
go.
one of the double recessive projects I'm working on as well.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yep.
I'm working on hypo clown.
And
Nice.
I fell into that. I picked up a Pastavi double head hypo clown off of like the Canadian Craigslist. It's called Kijiji. Someone was selling it for $100 to rehome. And I'm like, who? Okay, I said, first of all, who'd you get it from? They told me who they got it from. So I messaged the breeder and was like, did you sell a snake to so-and-so? And they're like, oh, yeah. It hatched on this day. Here's the pairing and here's what it is. And it was Pastavi double head hypo clown. Male. And then I messaged her back and said, yeah, I'll come pick it up tonight.
Nice. So many people like freaking sleeping on hypo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I know. We've
I
got
love
oh yeah. It's really nice and mahogany.
Ooh,
it turns it like almost pink.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures later.
Yeah, please.
Because a friend of mine, I bought a mahogany lesser HRA het hypo from, and then another person I know bought the clutch mate, which was the full visual, and it went from like grays and tans to like yellow and pink
Weird.
Nice.
with the visual. Yeah. Well, mahogany's so red, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
David.
Busted.
I'm actually looking at
There's
starting
a
up
reason you only see from here up on him.
guys, there's only a reason you
Yep.
see from here up on me. This is not a full shirt. Yeah, so I'm actually looking at starting up a triple het project.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, I need one piece and I can start clown lightning pies.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
insane.
That'd be sweet.
I'm insane, but I don't care.
Hey, it's all good.
Do you know how cool that would look?
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
John's
Take-
like, no.
I'm not a black and white fan. Sorry.
Yeah, I like it. Add some
Sorry.
leopard in there.
So why don't we start on, like, what's your
I
least
appreciate
favorite?
you for your vision, though.
I mean, that's a nice little powerhouse if I can hit it. Anybody else insane enough to start triple hets or just me?
Well, that's kind of the goal with the hypo puzzle, and then I want to
Yep.
take that to clown pied for quad heads.
Ooh.
So, I mean, can you imagine that visual? Hypo
Yeah.
puzzle clown pied. I think that could be interesting.
Will Rose is
Especially if
coming
the
for
puzzle
you.
brings more into pied, hoping, hopefully low white. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe a few years.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we've got 5 recessives right behind me. Like a lot of 10 snakes. Because I love recessives. And
That's a
so
good way to
I got the
start.
hypo puzzle. I've got a desert ghost, a clown male, and a xanthic female.
wow.
Solid.
See, I bought recessives being like, I don't like them, but maybe later on I will. So I may as well grow them out now. And then, like, I changed my mind 2 months later, and I'm like, I like recessives now. So good thing I did. Is there any genes you guys don't like to work with at all?
I don't like
I'm not
black
gonna lie,
pastel.
banana.
Banana's awesome.
Pastel.
Banana lovers beside me over here.
Pastel, period.
Pastel.
I fucked up really bad when I started my collection, though. Like,
Stop.
damn near everything had pastel in it. So it's like I am trying to find a way to work all of it out so that everything doesn't have pastel in it.
Oh my
I think
god.
this is a very common problem.
Right. But it catches your eye when you're a newbie. Like that bright yellow from across the room catches your eye and
Mhm.
it suckers you in. And which is fine. Well, I'm going You just don't like yellow, Kathleen. It's okay.
No, I don't. I really don't. I really don't. And of course, the first snake we bought was a gosh darn super pastel.
Well,
Super
I mean, it's
pastel
like half
entry.
white. You'll be okay.
No, it's
Yeah.
super pastel NC. The thing's freaking highlighter yellow and orange. Like, it's
Yeah. I think
not-
pastel adds to certain combos, but it just makes other combos look way fucking worse. Like pastel clown babies look amazing, but when you see
Yeah.
them grown up, you're like, mm.
I'm not a fan of it. Like, I love it. It's super pastel and like freeway.
Yeah.
That's absolutely stunning. Ron Compton, you wouldn't work on Ultramel. Zach's rolling over right now. He will be here to defend his honor soon.
I won't be working that one either.
No, Zach's going to hoard it all.
That's fine. He can have it.
Are you a Monarch person,
I am a
John?
monarch person.
Oh, God, says my
like
John. It must
Monarch.
be a John thing.
I'm in the same boat.
Yes. Monarch's going to take over the world.
Yeah.
We were sitting there being like, what's the next big game we want to get into? Like, because we're sitting here revamping everything. And he's like, Monarch. And I'm like, Ultramel. So we're going for Ultramel. Happy wife,
see how that
happy
works.
life.
Let's see how that
You have
works.
fun with that.
Hey, an Ultramel DG Super Asphalt would look sick.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that pattern.
I agree.
Super
I agree.
asphalt,
Brightness.
anything
Yeah.
looks good. So
You get it into something like Ultramel, and then you add the DG to it to like really, or lace.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
I'm
We'll
sleeping
see.
on both those jeans.
I know. I need to import from Marshall. I need lace in my
Yeah, I
life.
told Marshall I need some this next year for sure.
Yeah, well, the blackhead's mine. Blackhead lace is mine. Dillon.
No.
Good luck. I don't think he'll part with that baby.
No, this season. Okay.
I'm gonna have to beat you to it because I'm already working so hard on the blackhead.
Right.
I need some. I need some in my life. Absolutely.
Dude, I love it. Honestly, the first like male we got, the blackhead red gene het, I mean, he's great. He looks nice, right? But it's more just like black and red, like, more tones. But the
Yeah.
babies we produced this season, when I saw the first hatchlings, I'm hooked now. I need more of it, and I want it in a lot of combos.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to get into Blackhead.
Yeah.
Even something simple as Mystic. Blackhead and Mystic is super nice.
Yup.
So I really want to get it into like our Mystic Crystal and the Pastel Mystic.
Hell yeah.
Like, looks really nice. Yeah, any genes you're going after, Max?
I mean, Blackhead's real nice. I want to get Spot Nose because eventually I want to make some Batmans. I mean, for now, that's probably it.
Where, Philip? Where? I want it. Gotta have asphalt. Like, I love asphalt. It's so nice.
I need to get asphalt. I've been working with gravel, but I'd love to make some pavement combos. You don't see a lot of pavement combos at all. It's always like
Yeah.
people keep them completely separate, but I think they look really cool together.
Yeah.
That and orange belly combos too. You don't really
Orange
see
Belly's
that.
nice.
I've never heard of that, so I'm gonna search on Google it. Is it a newer gene or older?
No, it's been around quite a while. It's just not really worked with, but it's in the yellow belly complex. You're producing, similar animals to like the freeway, highway, or pavements.
Yeah.
But they're just like, highway and freeway. There's just those subtle differences. But I think if we keep adding codom genes or even recesses for that matter, but, slowly we might find something. I think there's going to be something that makes those pop separate from, gravel or asphalt by itself.
Yeah. Does it fade out a lot like gravel does?
So I haven't really seen enough adult combos of it to say,
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, they look a lot more vibrant, at least as far as the pavement go. Orange belly, I've maybe seen like 4 combos made with it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I want to work that one in somehow too.
Yeah, because the only reason I don't work with gravel is because it's adults and like highways, just the pattern just gone.
I feel it. I think it depends on who you get your gravel from.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the way it is with any of them. You have to freaking get quality in to put quality out, man.
Yep.
As Billy says.
I'd live by that, honestly.
Mhm.
That's why I've built my collection a lot slower. Like, I could have had a lot more fancy snakes and slept on the big racks and cages and stuff, or, whatnot. But I kind of just built it slowly. And I was like, even if I'm getting 2 or 3 gene animals, I'll search. And if I don't care if it's $100, $200 more, if it looks, far superior than the other one, I'm going to get that animal. And that's kind of what I tried to do the whole time. And then unlike, most people you see them, they focus on either just building the snakes or just building like infrastructure as far as like racks and stuff. So I kind of played both at the same time, which I think slowed me down, but it'll be good in the long run. I don't know.
Yeah. See, we kind of got really excited and we both had 2 different projects. So the thing that sucks about doing this with your significant other is he's got his collection, I've got mine, and then we've got ours. So the problem about our collection is it's all males, pretty much. So you don't fight over stuff, because I'm like, well, if we both want pies and stuff, then let's get a damn male so we're not fighting over it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can have 2 pairings, I can have 2 pairings, and we can share the male. But then the problem is we're 60% female and 40% male now. Oops.
That's all good. I think
it's not bad it's not bad for your first year.
No.
When you're trying to spread genes and stuff around. Like, yeah. I think we only have 1 snake going to 2 females. Everything else is just going to 1. But I mean, yeah.
I'm doing the same thing. But I feel that with the partner, because my girlfriend also has snakes and projects she's working on. She doesn't really put herself out there. I kind of do all the social media stuff, but she is a big part of it. And she likes completely different stuff. But I've also kind of been leaning towards it now. Like, she likes a lot of the darker stuff. And unlike you, I love banana and coral glow stuff, and I go towards the light stuff, So, but now that I'm like, for instance, blackhead, I didn't really like it at first. Then I saw it and I was like, oh shit, now I need more of it.
Yeah. Same with that scaleless head. Now that I've seen that more.
Back is whose.
Oh my God. Yeah. What doesn't help is, he likes certain things, but I'm better at the genetic stuff than him. So I'm like, you may think that's pretty this year when we have holdback, but I'm going to tell you what to hold back. Just because it's prettier doesn't mean you can hold that back.
See, Dillon, I told you Canadian women are crazy.
Yeah, savage. Savage.
Canadian women are not crazy. We're just particular. Speaking of Canadian women, Max got a really nice snake from a Canadian woman.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see that? What he got?
No.
Tell them, Max. What did he get?
It's a banana firefly asphalt.
Aw, shit. Was that from April, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Beautiful little boy.
Yeah,
any big plans for him? I mean, obviously, but any.
Yeah. I got a couple breeder visual ghost females coming. I think later in January. But once he grows up, probably get him into the ghost. Try to make some super asphalt ghosts.
Nice.
Try to get super asphalt and asphalt into different recessives, because I haven't really seen that too much. Desert ghost, xanthic. I mean, nice. Clown.
Yeah, super asphalt, super nice. No pun intended. Are you gonna plan for freeways at all, or are you staying in the super asphalt lane?
Probably mostly in super asphalt. I was actually thinking about getting into Orange Belly to try that freeway.
Yeah.
And kind of get into that project, see what else I can mix into it. Is
it common down there, Orange Belly? Like, do you see it a lot? I've never heard of it till tonight, so I'm assuming it's not big in the Canadian market.
I mean, it's not huge, but I do know a couple people that have it.
Yeah.
And I think they even has like an ivory of it, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like yellow belly. It's just a little bit better.
So if you hit one, I'm importing, is what you're saying. I'd like to see if it like keeps pattern. Like if you make the freeway with the Orange Belly.
Oh,
it keeps its pattern when it's adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It might be out there.
God, what is that? Gridlock, right?
Oh,
is that what they call it?
I want to say Orange Belly and asphalt is Gridlock. Let me double check myself, but there's like because I know there's, you know, highway, freeway, pavement, gridlock,
There's something else.
and there's like 2 other ones I'm totally spacing, but you just don't hear of the other ones often.
Yeah. There's one with Spectre and asphalt. It's called something else. Like,
Super Stripe.
yeah. Well, Super Stripe would be Yellow Belly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Spectre. Like, that whole complex is insane. I don't know about anybody else.
I love
What's
the
your-
Yellow Belly complex stuff. It's in pretty much half my collection.
Even if you use it on your own, though, like on its own, like, it's so nice. Like, you don't have to make freeways, or you don't have to make ivories or supers.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
just a single gene Yellow Belly is so nice.
Yep. And even just
And-
simple genes like fire gravel really impress me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
And I was wrong.
Shane Maury says gravel orange belly is a gridlock.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's my
I've never
dude
heard
right
of that
there.
till tonight.
Shane actually works in my room and is one of my best friends.
Oh, great! So he can give us all the dirt on you.
Shit, I should have kept my mouth shut. I'm
Shane
screwed.
dropped some.
Everyone
Stuff.
knows, anyways.
Yeah.
D's an open book.
Pretty much.
So, what is your favorite morph to work with? Like, everybody.
Ball python wise, Kodam probably now blackhead, but still probably the fire and, you know, yellow belly complex stuff. It's a hard choice. I like a lot of stuff. Berms though, are probably labs right now, at least as far as what's in my collection. Pied soon though.
Oh, they have pieds and berms.
Yeah, just kind of new. At least as far as people coming out producing them, they're still
They-
pretty pricey though. I mean,
somehow found their way into the United States.
mhm,
Somehow.
somehow. Don't get me started on that,
Yeah.
John. Start calling people out. People will hate me.
You're on the wrong channel for that. No,
Yeah,
but
that's-
is it like,
that's
does it
the
look
one thing.
similar? It does look similar to like a pied and a ball python?
Yeah, it whacks out the pattern just the same. You know, it's very similar, just with a berm, so much larger scale. Beautiful, beautiful animals though. That's one of my top dream snakes on the entire planet. Like, it doesn't get much better than that for me.
And
Wow.
the ones that still have the saddles on them are freaking.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them lose those saddles on the back, but the ones that keep it, Jesus.
Yeah. Did you see?
Wow.
I believe it's Ben's with the spots on it. That thing is fucking gorgeous. Oh my god! And the
I'm gonna
caramel
have-
pieds they produced overseas. That's gonna be insane when it gets here. I mean, I can't imagine if you put lab into that. Caramel labs in the first place, you hardly ever see them. But add pied to that in berms, that's
Yeah.
gonna be one of the sickest combos I think will ever be made.
Wow. I don't know much about Burmese python.
Oh man, I love them. You got questions? Ask away. That's
Well-
probably my favorite species. Don't get me wrong. I love the ball pythons. I love the projects we're working on. They're really cool animals. But
Yeah.
I love my berms.
They seem, guys, the first time I seen one, and this sounds really weird, was on a Zoom call. I think it was with Clint.
Okay.
Brian Cusco was doing with Clint, and Bradley with Raptor and Reptiles pulls out the snake, and I'm like looking at it, like, I'm like, what is it? And then Clint's like, that's such a nice berm, and I'm like, hey, that's cool.
Right? They're one of the
Yeah.
coolest animals. Even normals. Like, I just love a normal berm.
And they're freaking great for education too. Like they're just slow and calm about everything. So
Yep.
if you want a large snake for education, that's like the go-to species.
Yep.
Like, how big did they get? Not to sound like a complete noob.
No, you're
That's
good.
it.
Average adults are typically in the 12 to 16 foot range. I mean, they can go a little bit bigger, but I mean, you don't typically see them. But I think that's a lot of people in captivity just power feed the hell out of them and fucking kill them. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's, we curse and swear on here.
Have
We're
you
not
seen-
monetized on my
seen the
channel.
past-
Should ask that shit.
Have you
before.
seen the past with me on here, sir?
You
Come
know,
on, man.
We're
it's kind of
not
bad because
I
me
can't
and
make it
Kathleen
through a
typically go live at the
freaking
same
video
time.
without doing it.
we're not monetized over here. We curse
All
and
right,
swear
sweet. Well,
and
most
drink.
people power feed their fucking berms to death, and they don't survive anywhere near the length of time they should.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that kind of prevents that.
But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like 12 to 16 feet. They won't let me have them here. They don't let us have large snakes where I live.
Whack.
There's
they're
a
illegal here
reason.
too.
There's a reason.
Well,
It
yeah,
sucks.
probably some idiot who got hurt.
Some idiot basically had an African rock python that escaped, and he had like his education center / shop on the bottom floor, and then he lived in the apartment above.
Yeah.
And the snake escaped out of the enclosure, got up into the apartment. At the time it escaped, he was like babysitting his friend's sons who were like sleeping out in the living room, and the snake fell out of the ceiling, 100-pound Burmese or African rock python,
Yeah.
and the little boys died. So because of some person,
Yeah.
we can't have, I mean, there's more to it. I won't go into that, but yeah.
I get it. All it takes is one mistake, but that's why people just got to be responsible with them.
Yeah.
But I think as far, John's probably going to disagree with me on this, but I think as far as big snakes go, berms are one of the best species to have.
Why would John disagree against that? Is it because
I know
he's
John loves
that?
his retics.
We have vivid conversations about whether retics or berms are better.
Mm-hmm.
But that all happens behind closed doors. We don't allow that in public.
Yep. With that said, I still own a retic. I just focus on the berms.
I'm just saying, I don't allow those in my house.
Oh my god!
Right.
My 6-year-old wants a retic.
No.
I'm like, well, why? No.
She got her Barbie doll, so it's on its way. Just give me a little while.
What John?
I'll get that vote next time. Damn it! She won't vote for Shane.
What John's referencing to is for Christmas, Scarlett got a zoo Dr. Barbie with it's got like a whole ultrasound, and it's got like X-ray machine and like a little zoo setup, and she got with it, it's like a tub of 60 different types of reptiles, like snakes, frogs, lizards, crocodiles, so she can have reptile patients.
That's
Barbie.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And she was so excited. She was just like, look at all the patients. Because, my 6-year-old's normal and loves reptiles.
That's a good
She had
thing.
I mean, she's breeding them. She had her first lock the other day.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Picked it all out. It was her snake. She had to borrow one of our males because hers isn't old enough.
Yeah.
And she went through it all, and she said, I want to do the Mojave asphalt, and her female's a pastel. So they lost. So we will see.
Sweet.
I hope, if we were to have one clutch that goes, I hope it's that one.
I really do hope it goes, and I hope you get 15 fucking eggs, even though it's impossible. Just because it's her.
Yeah.
And because it's pastel, and I hope all of them show up pastel.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to sneeze at a Pastavi asphalt, really.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, not bad.
All right, I got to call Josh out in the comments here. I love you, man, but leopard geckos are not the coolest. They're cool, but not the cool.
Mine's a jerk.
I can't even say much. I'd never really owned leopard geckos.
That was our first thing because we had a tank. That's another story. And I was that stupid one that feeds the sick animal at PetSmart. And I was like, we have this stuff at home. Let me save it. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it happens.
And the damn thing
Oh, go
annoying.
ahead.
I was just saying the damn thing's like weird looking. It's never been in full health ever because it's probably so inbreded that like can't like, and I don't know how it's still alive. Like honestly, like the thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey Max, what's your favorite jeans?
Let's see, Puzzle and Exanthic are probably my top two right now.
Is there any other species you're looking at getting into, Matt?
I mean, I've looked at hognose. I can't go too big because I'm in Florida. So I think the biggest I can go right now is a boa. If I got one of those, I like the IMG ones.
Those are nice.
You got to deal
the
with
dark.
the indigenous laws too, don't you? Down
Yeah,
in Florida. Yeah.
a lot of things to worry about. So I'm mostly just going to stick with ball pythons.
Yeah.
You could always go to the other side of it. Just play the hot game.
Play the hot game.
I'm
man.
just kidding, people. Don't take
Dude,
that
don't, no, please don't.
into hearts because I said that.
That's
No,
hilarious.
please
I'm gonna
don't.
have a
Big
fucking
long rant
lawsuit
about
against
that.
me before the end of the night.
No, maybe a tortoise or something, but no hots.
I completely respect hots. I think they're absolutely stunning. And there's a few YouTubers that work with them that I completely respect them. But I'm not touching hots with a 10-foot pole. Literally, no.
Hey, that's good.
That's
I mean, I love them. I like working
Right.
with them too. But with that said, I think people should have to get permits and they should have to follow certain protocols. They're not for everybody.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm the same way with larger snakes too. Like I think there should be permits for larger snakes. You know, we're talking about anything that's gonna hit 20 feet and up.
All right, so just retics. No,
Well,
I mean-
nothing. You'd like that?
Not
too?
every. I don't think anybody should be like, I just want to buy a retic.
No,
Why?
I completely agree.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got to be responsible with them. The thing with retics, honestly, is my biggest like grief with it is just they're so overproduced from certain people. There's just thousands. You know, you don't really see that too much in the berms. You see it a little bit. There's some people who are just, you know, out there producing way too many of certain stuff, but that's why like I don't want to go more than maybe 3 max. I think will be the biggest or like most berm pairings I ever do in a season.
Yeah.
But that's my only like real grief with it. Honestly, they're cool, you know, besides males in breeding season, then they're dicks, but
And I mean, like, I think anyone that wants one should be able to have one. I'm not gonna say.
oh, for
Like,
sure.
I'm not gonna say that they shouldn't. I just don't believe in the permit system. I think it's flawed
Yeah.
in all aspects, not just the animal aspect. Just permit systems are flawed. I do, however, agree with Dillon. Like, you shouldn't be able to just pick up an animal. You need to have some background on it, or whoever's selling that animal to you needs to do that background check, like what Garrett does. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have an actual conversation with him.
Yeah.
You have to explain your setup, explain your husbandry. And it's not like you can just fucking pull up Google and read it off of there because he's gonna know it. And he's like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
vet your customers, obviously, because you're giving them an animal that could potentially fucking kill them.
Yep.
But with that, I don't think that there should be a permit system with it. Why should I give the government more of my money just because I want to have a certain species? But that's neither here or there. I won't get into that. That'll be a long-winded conversation.
But isn't that
We're
the
right
whole
on the
point of
same
these
page.
things?
But that's one of the things I told my wife too, because I do have retics and I do plan on breeding them someday. But I'm doing one breeding every 3 years or so. Like, it's not going to be a regular thing at all. It's just, hey, I've done it. I'm going to try for it. I don't want to become a retic breeder. And if you've been in the retic industry at all, you don't want to be a retic breeder either, because those guys are fucking diabolical towards each other.
Yeah, I've heard the retic community is quite, yeah.
Ruthless.
They're fun.
Yeah, I popped into a live once somebody was doing, I think, Carrot, and I was just like, I'm just here to learn more. Like, I just want to learn. And then so many people in the live feed were just like, wow, and I'm like, I'm just listening to, like, learn something here. Like, I don't want to buy one. I don't want to own one. I just want to learn about a new species.
Well, when you're ready, let me know.
Actually, if I could have
hands-on with the shovel here in a couple years.
If I could,
it's gonna take.
if I were to have a retic, I'd probably go for a super dwarf cow retic. I really like those.
Yeah, cows are gorgeous.
Yeah, they look really cool. It's like a ball python meta palmetto corn snake, and that bred to a retic. Like, the best
Good
way I can describe
explanation, I guess. I never really thought about it that way until just now.
But you see it now, right?
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. If I get another retic, I will say it'll probably be a cow.
Yeah. I just don't. I want the super dwarf. I don't want the big one because I know I cannot handle a big one.
Well, even with super dwarfs, there's no guarantee. Like, it's all off of percentages and what you're doing, and that's the hard part. Like, I have a 40%, but based off of bloodline and how big the sire and the dame, where I could tell you it's probably going to still end up a 12 to 14 foot snake. Yeah. Even though it's 40% super dwarf.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
You say that now, pick up a 10-foot snake that doesn't carry its own body weight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. John's trying to slowly warm me up because I don't feel like we're ready yet for anything much bigger than a ball python, but he's had Colombian tailed red boa before. Or Colombian red tailed boa.
Colombian tail, guys.
I don't know much about boas. I tried.
We're just giving you a hard time. You give me a hard time everywhere you go. I don't want to hear it. It's your turn. It's your turn. I saved my voice all day today so I can give you shit.
I have a video of you somewhere being nice to me. Don't make me pull it out. Actually, this is what I'm getting to. So John is trying to warm me up to getting something larger than a ball python because he wants to get a boa again. And I think we're going to go the Doomrill route. Gonna start with a Doomrill boa.
Doomrills are cool.
I like them. They're pretty. They seem pretty chill from what I'm learning about them. But they're bigger than a ball python.
Yep.
So who knows what goes from there. I want a bull snake too.
Bull snakes are cool.
They're a lot of fun until they piss all over you.
I have ball pythons that do that.
No.
I have human children that do that.
No. I have 3 of them as well. Colubrid musk is 10 times worse than any of that.
Yeah.
When my MBKs just go in their enclosure, it fills my entire house.
Paul Taylor, did you not hear the story I just said about what happened with the African rock python in my area?
Get one. You can do it.
No. That's a little too big for me.
That's what she said.
Oh, dear God.
Somebody had to say it.
Anna already said it back there. I just ignored it. This is why we need more women in the industry, guys.
What? There's tons of women in the industry.
I find there's more women in the industry. Like, it's similar to me that, like, we're a couple versus, like, there's women in the industry.
There's a lot of women that run that shop out of the couple, though.
Yeah.
But they just stay behind the scenes, even though they run the shop.
Yeah, we're kind of, I run the shop, but I'm in front of the scenes, like he's out back doing like the maintenance, the this, the that. the general care while I'm, doing the pairings, doing this, doing that. He does
so
all
he
the
gets to do
maintenance.
all the grunt work while you do the fun shit.
He doesn't find that fun though.
I mean, I kind of enjoy the poop, as bad as that sounds.
Well, he usually holds the snake while I clean it.
I don't mind the balls or the colubrids or anything, but the big berms, no. That's what I have Shane for.
I mean, I got 3 kids. I just gotta wait for them to grow up. By the time my retics are taking shits like this, they're gonna be big enough to hold a shovel.
True
Listen,
that.
here's what I do. Scarlett has a chore chart, and every time she helps with the reptile chore, she gets a check mark. And for every check mark, she gets like $1. And she can use the dollars to buy another snake.
Is that what a loony is?
Yes, $1.
Okay, I read that like, what the fuck is a loony?
A loony is $1. A loony is a coin. I don't even have one on me.
So you
But
guys
a
don't have
loony
dollar
is $1.
bills? You just
That
have
gold
dollar
one, right?
coins?
Is it the gold one or is it the silver
It's
one?
the gold one. And then we have a toonie, which is a $2 coin, which is silver and gold.
Weird.
I probably have one roaming around here somewhere. Joys of being a truck driver.
So did you guys have a hard time, like, let's talk about like getting your significant others into it?
No, that was her fault. This whole thing's her fault.
How?
So I started with reptiles when I was like 14, right? And did the whole thing, worked in and out of pet stores, worked in other people's houses that kept reptiles.
Yeah.
Got in the military, got away from them. And me and my wife, the year that we were both getting out, she looked at me, she's like, I think I kind of want a snake. And the little twinkle in my eye popped out, like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And she's like, no, I think I do. And I was like, all right, let's go to the pet store. You can look. And she's looking at these ball pythons. And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. And then I see she's like 3.5, 4-year-old red tail at the time. And I was like, well, what do you think about her? Because I've always just been about big snakes. I'm from Texas. I like things big.
That's what she said.
Damn right.
How'd you know?
She told me.
So I talk her into it after like going to the pet store like 2 or 3 times within a week. She's like, okay, we'll get that one. Yeah. And it took her up until a couple of months ago to be comfortable with that boa. But right after that, I was like, well, you let me get mine so you can get your ball python now. And so we go and we start picking up ball pythons, and one turned into like 5 within a month. And then everything just kind of spiraled out of control after that. And she's like, what the hell? I was like, I told you didn't want to do this. I knew where it was going. You don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it at all. As soon as I, let her know, like, hey, I've always kind of worked with reptiles. I really want to kind of do it more, like on a larger scale. She's like, okay, so what are we getting? Work like that. It was easy.
One of these and one of these and
Yeah.
one of these.
It's kind of funny because that's how we were. Like, we had that one thing, and then John got a beardy, and then John got his next beardy, and then John got his next beardy. And I'm like, holy Jesus, we may as well just fucking start breeding these things. Like, seriously. So then we started doing more research into it, acquiring better ones. I got pregnant, so we didn't breed them last year because I was like, my fucking luck. I'm going to go in and have the baby, and my friggin' beardy's going to try to get egg bound. I'd rather be home when they're due. And I'm like, no. So we ended up not pairing them due to the baby and then COVID. And then John, I'm like, but we're never, ever breeding snakes. I don't want snakes. No. And it's not that I was scared of them. It's just I thought snakes were more complicated than lizards. They're not. But I thought they're more sensitive than lizards. So I'm like, I don't want snakes. Not that I'm scared of them. I just don't want them. I'm gonna kill it. And then I bought John his first one, and then he was on his third. I'm like, may as well just breed these two. And then I ran with it. And that's how we have 20 some odd ball pythons. April.
You ever
Wait, what was
notice
that?
it always goes 1, 5, 10, 50?
Well, we're not
Oh,
at
yeah.
50 yet.
I've
We're
done
not at 50
really
yet.
well. I've done really well. I hit 30 and I've kept it at 30 for around 3 years.
Damn.
There's like a few other things we want just to like enhance what we've got. Like we've got pieces to make the pieces to make what we want. So yeah. What about you, Max? How fast did you start getting into this?
I mean, I got my first one about 2 years ago. Started watching some videos like Philly, Brian, a couple other people.
Yeah.
And it just kind of got me interested in it. And so about a year and a half into having her, well, no, sorry, it's a him. A friend of mine gave me the male pinstripe. And then it just kind of started from there. And then that got me looking on Morph Market. And it's like, if I'm going to take this seriously, I want to, see what I can afford. And actually, COVID kind of helped with that, with the stimulus check. So it's really kind of what got me into the hobby.
Yeah.
And up to 10 now. And I got 3 more at least on the way. So it's just growing and growing.
Welcome to the obsession.
Right?
It's not an obsession.
You're
It's a sickness.
screwed.
It's a sickness.
It is.
The addiction has begun.
So
Well,
I joke about it all the time, but I say it's another form of hoarding because once you get there, like once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
And I did really good for 3 years. And unfortunately, my family has a hoarding issue in the first place, like generation upon generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at my wife this year and I was like, I'm going to buy my first professional rack and we're going to start filling shit. Have fun. Yeah. She's not happy, but whatever.
Yeah.
She'll get over it once I start producing the stuff that she wants that I'm not willing to pay for.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Or is it willing to pay for or can't afford to pay for? Because that's my problem.
I mean,
I'm like,
some of them I probably could, but I refuse to do it when I can make it myself.
yeah. Yeah, we're kind of the same way. Or not really. We're like,
At
that's
least for now.
expensive, but I could pay like 75% less to buy the 2 things that make that. Just make it myself. That's
Well,
what
I
we
mean,
do.
Yeah.
Like, I live off of retirement anyways, right? So,
Yeah.
like, me and my wife both. So, I don't really need a lot. Like, I don't need a huge collection to live off of this. I just need enough to make sure they're paying for themselves. And
Same.
I'm golden.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm probably going to try to take it larger than that because, well, that's me. But I don't see myself doing like 100 clutches a year or anything like that. Like that's beyond what I want to do. I want to just have a relaxed lifestyle the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Go to shows and just be able to do a little better than get by and have some cool animals. So
Yeah. I mean, the idea of like just us having, like, right now we have 4 females at size and 3 are pairs so far. And that's kind of like, oh my God, 3? Wait, what? And we have the potential of like 7 clutches like throughout the year. Those are just the 3 girls who have been paired so far that are ready. And that's even kind of like, should I have just paired 1 or 2? What happens if I get all 3? But someone's like the likelihood of you getting all three is.
Do you want to see what happens when you get all three? You buy one of those and you put it to work. And then you start worrying about hatchling racks because I'm about to be in that boat too.
Yeah, we've got the stuff coming in. So we do all our stuff DIY. So it took us 4 attempts to build our first rack out of wood. So I decided we're going to revamp everything and use the method where you take like the plastic shelving units and you cut down the legs because it'll look much nicer. So I ordered them end of October. First it was back ordered, then it came damaged. Then the second shipment got lost, and now they're on back order again. But I mean, it'll be really quick to pop together once they get here. So I'm not like super stressed. You got time.
Just imagine the day where you get the industrial ones. It's gonna be so much fun.
The big rack.
Yeah. I'm not looking at spending that money this year. I'm not excited for it, but I know it has to happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't have room for hatchlings.
Who said spotted python? What? I love spotted python from Compton.
Good point, Ron. You don't see a lot of spotted morphs in the U.S.
We don't. So I've been looking for them for a long time because I really want to get into spotted python, and I had the chance to get a 1-to-1 pair and couldn't.
Why not? Just money issue, or couldn't make it happen?
Well, it was right when my grandfather passed away, and we had spent money to go to the funeral and stuff, which didn't happen, and we lost it on money because we would have had to travel across the province.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn. Well, hopefully they come up again. They're pretty cool.
They're really cool. I really want to get into them.
I want blackheads. Bad.
Yes.
Same.
Bad.
Same.
I've been watching, what is it? Saphira's mama talk about being in Australia, and as soon as she said it, all I could think about was blackheads. Blackheads and womas are like one of my freaking dream snakes.
Yeah.
But
was it you that posted that womas are becoming endangered in Australia? Yeah. What about you, Max? Any dream snakes? If you could have one.
Probably just an IMG boa.
Yeah.
Just love the darkness in it. It's just because like the one Miguel has, the one Billy has. Love both of those. I think they have Motley or Anery in there too.
Yeah.
Just super dark and iridescent.
Yeah. The Motley IMGs are freaking amazing.
Have you seen the Bolin, Max? If you like the IMGs, you would like the Bolin python.
I'll check it out.
Bolins are badass.
Yeah.
Super iridescent.
They look like a mini, like IMG Anery.
Yeah, just 10
boa.
times the cost, but
yeah.
And smaller. And small.
Dude, I love how relaxed Max is about all this. He's just like, yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always relaxed, man.
What's in that puffer?
Yeah. What's in there? Is it like, some lavender?
The what?
We don't smoke anything or vape anything but lavender.
No, it's just regular vape. Nicotine in it.
Nicotine. Oh, yeah. Ron Compton has 38 ball pythons. I wish.
I did have a little RSO before this, though.
Good man. Good man.
I said this year we're not buying anything but females. If any of you guys see us buy a male, like seriously slap me.
I'll remember that.
We have too many.
I'm gonna send you mails just so you have to get some.
Why?
And then message John so he can slap her. We can't do it from here, so
John knows better than the spot.
Well, no, John wants MBKs, so I'm just gonna find a way to get some MBKs up there. I'm gonna sneak one male in there. And then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Kathleen, you picked up a male this year. Sorry."
We actually have a rule in our house that no new species unless it's going to be a breeding project, and we have to get a 1-to-1 pair.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a weird rule. It's so we don't go like crazy on reptile. Or just
Oh no,
try
I
to.
keep a lot of stuff I don't breed.
But right now, like when we're starting out, it just doesn't make sense to invest in anything unless we're going to breed it.
No, I feel it.
I hate to use the word invest, but you know what I mean.
No, I get it. I completely get it. I kept reptiles for years and years before I ever thought about breeding. So
Yeah.
like the breeding was kind of a second hand for me. But
Yeah. It's just so that way, like, it's not taking up room that we could use towards, like, our ball pythons and our other breeding projects,
Oh, I
unless
totally
it's going to be
get
a
it,
project
yeah.
itself. That, and it also makes us, like, second guess and slow down if we actually want that species.
yeah.
Because if not, there'd be a whole heck of a lot more in my house.
John, I know you can hear me. Just contact me after this. We're good.
He's napping on the other side of the couch.
Man, how are you gonna do your husband like that? That's fucked up.
He doesn't watch these. He doesn't watch these at all.
I added him on IG. I'm letting him know what happened tonight. It's so fucked up.
Yeah. At least give him a blanket.
Right?
I don't have one. It's in the bed, which is inside the couch.
You don't have like a linen closet? You get like 3 feet of snow at a time up there. Like,
We do
don't
have
you
a
have
linen
electric
closet.
blankets?
No, that would contribute to my $500 freaking electricity bill.
And that's
Like-
why I live in the desert.
No, but well, when you live in Canada and you're doing ambient temps and you live in a house, your electricity bill's up high.
Yeah, I don't. Mine is a little outrageous.
Is it worse than mine?
Have you seen how many radiant heat panels are in that room?
There's another
So is
cage
it,
on that stack, and you can't see, but on the other side of the ARS, on both sides, there's a Freedom Breeder rack on one side, and two
Yeah.
hatchling racks or 64 V18 tubs on the other side. Oh, and
But
then you can't see over here, but that's my amphibians, my geckos, and my rhino iguana.
but that kind of brings up a topic though, when you're looking at heating your animals. Like, what is the most cost effective? Is it ambient or is it running heat panels, heat tape? Like,
Depends what you're keeping, but I keep a number of species. So I keep the ambient temp as one thing, and then some animals in here are at ambient, but then everything else has to be at a different temp. So
yeah. Because the room we have, like, well, our whole basement's like this tall ceiling.
yeah.
So the beardies need a hot spot. So, I mean, our ambient temperature in that room without even trying is 85. So we don't run heat mats or anything for the balls.
Okay.
We just keep it that they're doing great.
Yeah.
It's actually Billy who suggested I just take the heat mats off and let them go at that.
Mm-hmm.
But like the beardies, they have to have a hot spot, so they do have like a CHE.
Yeah.
Make that hot spot, but that's what we do. That's it.
My male breeders are ambient. I don't.
Yeah.
What do you do, Max?
I mean, I'm kind of limited on space right now, so I've got them on belly heat.
Yeah. But is it common that a lot of people do ambient? I don't know because I'm new.
I mean, from what I've seen, it's mixed, but I mean, I think a little bit more towards belly heat, but I have heard ambient at the right temperatures is probably a better way to go.
Yeah, I didn't even know ambient temps were a thing for like ball pythons until like I was talking to Billy and I was like, yeah, this freaking room is sitting at 85 with fans. with the space heat, like we have an electric fireplace I bought for that room because there's no heat down in the basement. And I'm like, it's sitting at 85 on the lowest setting. And he's like, well, why wouldn't you just do ambient? I'm like, you can? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I've heard like arguments on both sides of it, but I've also haven't seen like major issues with either one. I think it's just preference.
Right.
Well,
Like,
obviously it works. I mean,
Yeah.
They're
I know a
breeding.
couple of big, like I said, my breeder males produced this year. Wasn't an
Yeah.
issue.
Like,
But
they're
instead of
they're
having to
locking.
go down and like having to worry about dropping them little by little to kind of get them to produce more sperm and realize the season, it was just easier for me to keep them on ambient. Then they're ready to go all year.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing, and I found, I think we're talking about this today in the Reptile Wars Discord. I didn't know my my daughter's pastel female was actually building and ready to go because she's not school seeking, because she doesn't have a hot spot in her enclosure, right? It's all the same temp. And she wasn't bull wrapping or like, feels like, was she seeking the school side? And I'm like, no. And then I went and checked her, and like you could feel the golf ball size follicles. I'm like, oh.
Look at you.
What?
Look at you. I'm so proud of you.
Why? Because I palpated?
Yeah.
Well, I took what you and Marshall did in Zach's thing, and then Chris Ward told me to try to do it with one finger instead of multiple.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was crazy. Oh, hey, Will. Will's here.
What's up, Will?
Oh, hey, Will.
We were talking about puzzle a little while back. You missed the puzzle talk.
He's got
Was
so
it
much
Matt?
puzzle, he'd make us feel bad for his awesome projects.
Puzzle and DG, like I sat there the other day and I'm like, could you not buy DG this year so I have a chance at it? And he's like, I can't, it's a sickness. I'm like, well, I need some. Like, come on, the little people need some. I want some DG in my life.
Yeah, I love my little DG girl. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's a gene I really, really want to get into. Like, it looks good in everything. I think it does.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for him to produce that GHI puzzle.
Yes.
He's tried so
That'd be
many
crazy.
years. Like it's his year, man. He needs to hit.
Yeah.
I've been following it for I think the last 2 years. Just waiting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
I want to see it. I want to see him hit it. That would look really cool. A GHI puzzle. I wasn't a huge fan of puzzle until like I started talking to him in June and could see what puzzle did. And then talking to them and seeing what it does, I'm like, I'm gonna need some puzzle in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one
Like,
thing, it'll never miss a meal.
I've heard puzzles are
True.
quite angsty. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't say angry. They're just
No, angsty.
Oh, angsty. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a special attitude.
Yeah.
Mine aren't that bad.
No?
No, the male's, for the most part, he's pretty chill. I mean, every once in a while, he'll hiss when you pick him up. But the female, I mean, she, I guess, has more of an attitude, but it's not too bad. But feeding day, she never misses. She's right there.
Do you know what generation you're on though? Like, I think they're at what, like, shit, I can't even keep up with it anymore. I know you're at least at like F10 or something like that by now.
So I'm not sure. I got it from Miguel. I think it was his collab clutch with Adam.
With Adam.
Okay.
So if I remember right, I
think
think
they got theirs
Miguel's
from Will.
stock was like F3s or F4s, I think. I don't remember. That's one of the genes that I follow somewhat closely that I don't
Yeah.
have. I'm waiting to see what it does with GHI. That's why I want Will to hit it.
Oh my god, I want Will to hit it. I want to see it.
So did you when you guys first saw a puzzle, were you ever like, man, this is just kind of a more expensive recessive leopard, until you saw more of it?
No,
that's honestly how
I've
I
liked it since I first saw it, man. Like
Yeah.
the designs that it throws is just. But I mean, GHI is my favorite codon. So just stuff that whacks out the alien heads just drives me nuts. So
I feel it.
Yeah.
I've wanted it since I've seen it, but I'm just waiting. I'm just freaking waiting to see that combo get hit. And like I'm watching him and I'm watching Philippek at the same time because they've both done multiple gradings for it, and I don't think either one of them's pulled one yet that I can remember. So I'm just waiting for that combo to hit, man. If it does what I think it will, then I'm probably going to end up selling like half of my collection.
To go buy it? All right. Now the question is, are you going to buy it from the Puzzle King or?
Which one? The Puzzle King's out of the game now.
I pretty much think the Puzzle King.
Well, he's the Canadian Puzzle King. I'll give him that.
What is with your dislike for Canadians? Come on,
it's not against Canadians. It's I know where it originated, and I took the time to like sit down with Sean Bradley and spend hours upon hours on video chats learning all about that gene.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. Like I like it more mixed in with stuff than I do on its own. And I think like when I was learning about it, I was looking at a lot of stuff that was just straight puzzle. So I didn't appreciate it. And though getting to know June and Will and watching the stuff they're pulling out of their like, I'm just like, I'm gonna need some of that puzzle. What I can't wait to see, he hasn't shown them yet, is those puzzle clowns.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I tried. He said no. They're hiding out back. I
hit my first visuals this season. That'll be badass.
I think it'll be. I really want to see the puzzle clowns. That's what I want to see.
I'm kind of like wondering after what I heard about it, if it's really like, I don't know. They said the interaction was weird, so I want to see.
I heard it's interesting, but a good interesting. And he said that on the live we did the other day, so I can quote that because he's like, it was interesting because I was just like, I wonder what puzzle would look like with clown. When they all start laughing because he's got it, I'm like, can I see it? And he's like, no. I'm like, he's like, it's interesting, and I'm like, but is it good interesting or bad interesting? And he's like, good. And I'm like, I need to see this. But alas, I have not seen it yet.
But he does it smart. He does the old school way, which I appreciate.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's killing me. Because I want to know what it looks like so bad.
Patience is a virtue. Especially in this industry. You have to have patience if you want to go anywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely,
so
I agree.
Patient.
But I know he's got it out back there, so I want to see it.
That's give it like another 6 years, 8 years after he works it into everything he wants, and you'll see it.
Oh, of course he do it that way with his little burrows.
I mean, he doesn't have to, but that's what I would do.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Imagine if he did GHI puzzles.
It'd be crazy.
Now you got John's mind turning.
No.
No.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah.
I said I'm waiting for GHI puzzles. Because the two genes that I work heavily in my collection are GHI and clown.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see both of those in GHI. Like, yeah. Whew. It'll be really interesting. Anna wanted to know back there what your favorite absolute morph would be, like if you could get your hands on it. What? Maybe something you don't have. Like if you won the lottery tomorrow and could go out and buy anything, what would you get? You know, Jon Fealy's going to be GHI puzzle, but it doesn't have to be ball python.
Pied Burms would be the first purchase that even happens.
Yeah.
As far as balls, man, that's a fucking hard one.
Yeah.
Monsoon, hand us down.
No, that just looks like a granite berm.
Just put the super trick in there. It'll be
okay. I would go get some DG from underneath Will. I had the letter. Just kidding. Will, I love you. You know that.
I'd have a whole freaking rack full of monarchs.
I could see
Monarch
it.
would be nice. If I could have Monsoon and Monarch.
A Monsoon Monarch.
There you go.
There you go. What about you, Matt?
I'm wondering how puzzle would work with Monsoon.
I think we talked about that the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Honestly, that conversation was so... There's so much stuff that was dropped that was, like, educational that was, like, I was just sitting there being like, is this? Like, I was sitting, I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here. Like... Okay, hi guys. Like they're just sitting there and dropping like all this knowledge out, and I'm just sitting there like, why am I even here? Like, why?
Because you're the host. That's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a good host only asks a couple of questions, and then everyone else should fucking run with it. But we're putting you to work tonight, apparently. Because you're actually having to ask questions.
Yeah, you guys are super quiet. What's wrong?
Because I'll rant forever and ever.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I'd be kind of curious. You said the monsoon and puzzle. I wonder if it would interact. Because for me, monsoon in balls is just like granite and berms. I mean, one, they look very, very similar. But the way I kind of see that is if you take that equation, right, and something we have seen, at least as far as berms go, if you compare like labyrinth to puzzle, very similar, right?
Yeah.
But granite labs, So I wonder if they would kind of cancel each other out like that. You know, it's just too much, so it would just cancel it out. So that'd be, I wonder how it would interact. I've never seen it, with ball python morphs like that. So all I can really equate it to is, granite labs and berms, or like the green labs,
Yeah.
Can't even tell it's lab.
But I mean, a lot of the genes can, vary in how they express themselves. So I mean, certain lines of puzzle or certain lines of monsoon, it might, affect it differently. And I think it'd be crazy results, but
I
can see it.
It's just never been one of my favorite ones. Like, I appreciate what it does. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
But I have enough pattern changing stuff that monsoon's not needed.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, like I said, I see it. I just see a granite berm, and I'm like, well, I already have a bunch of those, except for they're bigger and cooler.
My wife. So one of my retics is a Phantom Sunfire Tiger, and then I forget what the fourth gene is. I have it written down, but it looks kind of similar to my leopard spinner, right? So she's like, so I have a retic and a ball python that look almost identical, except it doesn't have like the little tick marks down the side. But coloration, it goes from that copper to that yellow to the white on the belly.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Huh.
That's nice. I think Sunset needs to be worked with a little bit more.
Yeah.
I agree. I want to get into it. That's one that has to. You got to find the right thing. Like we've seen what Cinnamon does. We've seen what Enchi does.
I like to see what like Hypo, or even if you threw in Exanthic, what would it do?
Well, I don't know. You and your black and white, man. Like the whole purpose of the Sunset is to bring out the reds. You're trying to get that red ball python because that's one of the few colors we don't have yet.
Yeah, well, I'd almost want to see what Mahogany would do to it.
I think I saw a banana sunset the other day. It's super bright. Lots of oranges coming out.
Yeah.
But was there freckles?
Nice. I mean, it was a baby, so it didn't have the freckles yet.
The GHI sunsets are freaking gorgeous.
Oh.
What don't you like about the speckles, Kathleen?
Okay, so it's
I got mine.
It's actually okay. So I have diagnosed obsessive compulsive disorder. So when things are not like symmetrical or a certain way, it actually like triggers anxiety. It hurts me. So like pies hurt me. Unless it's like a baby dream, right? A dreamsicle where it's like orange and white, which is visually pleasing to my brain, or like a lightning pie. Pies hurt me. The freckles on a banana because it's sporadic. And actually, like my hands like are starting to ring right now, even thinking about it. But it's not me
I don't
to
mean
be like ha ha ha.
Love coral.
No, it's funny. It's funny. It's not even like ha ha ha. I have OCD. It's actually like I do have it.
That's kind of though, because like those are some of the coolest combos. Are sporadic and crazy, and you don't know what's going on.
You're gonna make her cry on her own podcast.
No, not cry. I just like it's just my hands.
To be fair, I was thinking about how I could fuck with my parents. So one side looks like all clean and the other one looks all wacky. And I was like, no, I can't do that to her.
Oh my God. That'd be horrible. But like it's even like if I'm on Instagram or like any like YouTube or something and I see like I'm at like if it's not like numbers of fives, like if I'm at like 395 subscribers, as soon as it hits 396, I'm like, I either need to lose one or gain 4.
Damn.
Like, it hurts me. And it's so stupid. Like, it's so dumb. But it's just those little quirks that make me who I am, I guess.
I feel it.
Like, I'm that mom that lets my kids decorate the Christmas tree, and as soon as they're in bed, I fix it. Because they don't put all the colors touching, and I'm like, no, this color needs here. Like, yeah.
You need some CRT there, Miss Kathleen. You need some CRT.
CRT, what? What's that?
Some cognitive reasoning therapy.
Oh, I need lots of therapy. I'm in therapy. It's great.
You're not supposed to.
Oh,
actually,
shit. It's all right. There's no amount of therapy that can save me, so at least you might be savable.
What I'm saying is that pulls you out of your fight or flight when you go through those instances, like people with PTSD
Yeah.
and OCD and stuff like that.
I actually
That's what
do have
they're working.
I won't go into why, but I do have PTSD. So we did a lot of that while I was getting diagnosed with PTSD, catch my draw.
If these hatchlings don't hatch, I'm gonna have PTSD too.
I didn't mean to make that dark. So
Right?
No, it's
behind you, John.
but
My
you know
bad.
what? You know what though? In this community, a lot of people have mental health issues, and it's a lot of the reason why we go into this hobby, which sounds weird.
No, I get it. I don't really like
And-
people. I like snakes. No offense to anybody, but
Same,
you know, like
same.
I got bad anxiety, like social anxiety. The expos kind of kill me, and it sucks because I love them. But that many people, like, I just makes me all clammy, and I don't like it at all, you know? So I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I have right now, I just had a baby recently. Well, not recently. I mean, she's turning 10 months old. She's 10 months old today. But I mean, her brother is 19 months older than her. So, I mean, I had two babies named Boom Boom, right?
Yep.
So a lot of women suffer from postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety,
Yep.
especially when you have, I mean, I found out I was pregnant 4 days before he turned 1. So, yeah, so you're dealing with like the postpartum stuff with that baby, and you're knocked up and hormonal for the next one. So, I mean, I have that, and if it wasn't for having these animals, it sounds really stupid. I'd probably be a whole whack of a mess more because they're just so calming.
Yeah.
I've been on the other side of that. I'm sorry, Kathleen. That's really rough. I did the same thing to my wife, unfortunately. Not that I
You
don't.
knocked her
kids.
right
Oh,
upright
dude.
again.
Dude, the first week she could get pregnant after our middle child. Like she knew it instantly. Like we were like, okay, you've been cleared.
Yeah.
And she's like, I hate you. I was like, what? She's like, I hate you. I already know it.
I looked at him. It was like the next day, and I'm like, you knocked me up. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you knocked me up, you bastard. And he's like, but see, we got lulled into a false sense of security because my oldest was 4.5 when we had our middle child, like our second child. So we're like, haha, a third, they're 19 months apart. We can do this. No, we can't.
Oh, man.
No, we cannot. Not.
They're
oh my
wild.
God.
So much fun.
Oh my God. No, they're not.
That's funny because I didn't know that your kids were so like similar in age to mine. Because my oldest is 5.
Scarlett's 6.
Yeah.
Dean is 2. He just turned 2 in July, and Hazel's 10 months today.
Wow.
I mean, I went outside for a second, and I came in, and Dean's covered head to toe in blood. Like, I'm like, what did you do? And John's like, oh, he's a boy.
True answer.
Yeah.
Same thing I do.
She doesn't know what to do. And he dragged her sister across the floor by her mouth. Like, the little one, not the big one. Like,
ouch.
When they're that close in age, like,
oh, man.
If you don't have children, don't. But that's another reason, like, we got into this was watching my oldest with the autism and the sensory issues, watching her interact with reptiles and overcoming her sensory issues and the overstimulation, feeling different reptiles' textures and stuff. It's really cool to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you ever get the chance to show a child with, I hate to use the term special needs, I prefer to use the term exceptionalities. If you ever get the chance to watch a child with an exceptionalities interact with a reptile, do it. Like, nothing else in the world is as amazing as watching a child with autism or something like that, just sitting there and just like they zone right out.
Yeah, even I mean, I feel like kids in general, just seeing that sparkle in a kid's eye, that's one of the reasons I want to open a reptile zoo so bad. I just love being able to share that and see that in other people's eyes. And I mean, adults
Yeah.
too, but especially when kids, you can see it. They're more expressive typically, you know, and it's just,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I love that feeling.
Yeah. Like even she has her own male snake. And she can go grab it out of the enclosure, and he just like chills with her, and she'll run her finger down his like spine, and he just hangs out with her. I try to change his water dish or like clean him, and I'm getting hissed at and trying, like, you know, he's defensive. He wants to kill me, and I'm like, okay, but yet the little child that jumps around everywhere, he's fine sitting with her and hanging out. Me, he wants me to die. Do you guys have any of those animals where they like one person and not the other?
Yeah, all of my snakes like my wife and not me.
Really?
Even though you see all the photos with them like resting on my nose and shit, I'm the only one that gets bit. So one of the snakes I'm buying right now, I specifically bought because it bit my wife while we were at that breeder's facility. I don't care how much it is, it bit her. I'm buying that snake. Put my name on it.
Oh my god. See, I always get bit, but I'm always the one that unboxes the animals. And that's usually when I get them bit, like when I'm taking them out of bags and stuff. And John has not been bit yet.
Damn.
I'm like, something needs to bite you. Like, it's not fair. Like, at all. What's the worst bit you guys got?
Ooh.
It happened.
Nothing too bad.
12-foot
little
albino
part.
berm.
I got bit right here on my like collarbone. Yeah, it was just a quick like tag.
See, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
Well, it bled bad because of like where it's right the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was annoying. That was my worst one because of how like the way he hit it.
Yeah.
Like it bled bad.
I always felt like they're more annoying than anything. The one and only one that actually like truly hurt was that 12-foot berm, and it was completely my fault. But he got my hand and completely coiled all the way up my arm. It took me, my girlfriend, and my buddy to get him off of me.
Yeah.
But you know, it's my fault. I take the risk owning big snakes, and I'm aware of it. But I will say it hurt like hell, and I was picking teeth out of my fingers for quite a while.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. What about you, Don?
I don't have a cool story like Dale.
We all can't be as cool as Dillon.
I'm gonna look like a punk bitch. Little 4-foot rainbow boa.
Oh, boa bites suck though.
Yeah, it bit me right there. And then instead of wrapping, so and this is when I was like almost 15 years old. This is how bad it hurt. I still remember it. 20 years later almost.
God damn.
So the snake got stolen out of its enclosure, right?
Yeah.
And I caught the people right before they hit the door. They grabbed the snake out of their pocket, fucking launched it. So we're going on this hunt to find this snake, right? And it got back into the storage facility. And it took me a month to freaking find this snake. Like we completely pull everything out, place it back, and this guy's just moving as we move stuff. And finally, a month later, he's just so freaking hungry that he comes out where we can find him. All right, cool. So we get him back into his enclosure. We get him fed. We give him like a week and a half to just chill. And he takes his massive shit, which is fine. So it's my job to clean, right? So I'm going to clean his enclosure. Well, he's still defensive from being launched halfway across the fucking store.
Don't blame him.
So he goes and he clamps onto the web of my hand. And then instead of wrapping around, he just flails his body everywhere.
Oh,
and
Oh.
holds on. So it's like my hand's going everywhere with him. And
Ow.
finally, after a little while, he lets go. I'm like, I look at my coworker, who is anyone that knows the industry knows Kim Paws. So that was my coworker. And I look at her, and my blood's like all over the freaking enclosure. I'm like, just
Ooh.
get him secured. I'll clean my blood.
Oh, yeah, I'll clean my own blood.
I'll clean it again.
Yeah.
Just get the snake and get him secured, or go to the freaking faucet and like clean it off. And all I just feel is just like that. Boom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Like can't move my thumb because it's an instant swell right in there, and all my nerves are firing off into my arm. It was shitty.
yeah.
That is like
say
one of the worst spots to get fucking tagged.
I will say though, I'd rather get bit by the ball pythons than like the bearded dragons.
Oh, those fucking suck too.
Mm-hmm.
I made the
Oh,
mistake of
yeah.
putting mine outside once, and he decided that it was now his territory and he needed to defend it.
Oh my god, like ours get feral outside. Because, you know, in the summertime, we take them out to get them, you know, a little sunshine. They turn into feral monsters. I mean, they're feral monsters anyways, so it's not really a lie. But, you know, just whoever said beardies are these sweet little things that was like plop and sit there, I don't know where they got them from because mine are all assholes. Like we have one, this actually, John has been bitten once, and it was by bearded dragon. And we have one, it's our big breeder male, and you have to handle him with gloves because he is just pure breeder. You know what I mean? He's got the beardy temperament, like natural beardy temperament, not the lazy, overweight things you see in the trade.
Yeah.
He's made for breeding. So he is nasty and he is big. And John decided he needed a little help with shedding. Occasionally they do. So you pop him in the tub with some water. John decided to grab him with his gloves. And he latched on it right here.
Nope.
And the thing is if you ever seen beardies when they bite, they chomp down and then they shake.
Shake, yep. I'm way more scared to get bit by my monitor or my tortoise than even the biggest of the berms here.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want a tortoise to bite me either, though.
No.
That beak would fucking suck.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, especially a big ass sulcata.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him eat carrots. I don't want that to be my finger.
I mean, look at Cuban false chameleons. They can crack through snail shells with their jaws.
Mm.
So I was literally spoon feeding ours because the breeder that bred them, they get tongue fed like grub pie. Well, I just feed them with a plastic spoon. And he's only like this big because he's still a baby. And he grabbed onto the spoon and shook it, and it cracked the plastic spoon. I'm like, you're insane. So metal spoon from now on.
My veil did his first hiss the other day too. It caught me off guard.
Chameleons are sassy.
Yeah, he hissed at my wife when she walked by, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh my god, I love like little baby lizards when they think they're so big and scary, and they just sit there with their big mouth. Like there's like
You could see he was pissed off too because he went from like that dull, I just want to blend in, to everything was vibrant. He was just like, and then his whole body just fucking dark as shit. Like,
oh shit.
What did you?
I'll have to try to see if I can get a video of the Cuban false chameleons getting pissed off because it's so funny because they have the big beards. Like they're also known as Western bearded anoles. They have a big beard, and then they have a sail fin, the males. So right out, but here's the thing: the inside of their mouths and their tongues are black. So their threat display, they open their mouth right up and stick their tongue out, and it's just like this black hole of abyss. It's really funny. They'll do it to John, but not me. So I have to time it just right. They actually have facial recognition, which is really cool.
Oh wow.
They learn who is a threat and who is not. So the male likes me and the female hates me and the male hates him, and the female likes him, but the thing is the male is territorial and dominant, so he gets to start display. The female just puts up with me.
I feel it. I think a lot of reptiles are a lot smarter than people make them out to be. Like I have certain snakes that the girlfriend will go to feed them. They won't eat for anything. Doesn't matter what she offers, how warm it is, anything. But I'll go offer them exactly what they don't want and they'll take it right away. You know?
Or snakes that want to kill me, but they're fine with, like John can pick it up and it's fine.
Yeah, thankfully I'm the one on the good side of that.
I think it has to do with nerves too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think they read your nerves.
I'm fine. I'm not scared of it. Like we have that big mystic crystal and somebody in a live, and it was like the second live I ever did. So I was amazed they asked to see my mystic crystal. I'm like, oh my god, somebody knows I have something. Didn't realize that it was the snake that hates me. And I'm like, oh, John, go grab me the mystic crystal. And then I go to grab her, and you literally see her reach back and about to launch like that big strike back pose. And I'm like, no, we're done. Now you guys seen her. John takes that thing away from me. And then she goes onto his hands, and she's just like, hey, what's up?
It's the pheromones.
I don't know if it's actually, if like anybody else have those issues or just my problem.
I think John might have a good point. Like I noticed the girlfriend, for instance, with the baby berms, she's a lot more nervous. Like she doesn't notice it, but I notice it looking at her. You know, the hands are just a little more tense, a little more, you know, shaky, and then they bite more. Granted, berms are chainsaws in the first place, but you know, I don't know. I just notice it more with the, you know, it depends on how tense you are.
Well, it's like going back to the shows again, right? Like when you were talking about the shows. So like I have to bring like 3 different shirts when I go to a show per day because that's how I sweat. Because my anxiety, no matter what I do, just gets the best of them. Out of it. I gotta bring 3 of the same fucking shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bad. So I mean, they're gonna pick up on that pheromones. They're gonna pick up on your nerves, and if you give them any reaction that, and I'm not gonna call it a positive reaction. I'm actually going to call it a negative reaction because you're trying to train them to do the opposite, right?
Yeah.
If you give them that negative reaction that they want, where you pull away a little bit, or you fucking your hands shake a little bit, or whatever it is, what have you, you know, they're going to be like, okay, they're learning that trait, and they're like, well, if I hiss, if I strike, then I'm starting to get my way a little bit. So then they're going to start doing it more. Like all my babies, regardless of the species, I just let the fuckers hit me. Like I have 1-year-old retics that when they open their mouth and they're coming, I just hold it there and I take it. And then once I get them off, I'm turning them upside down. I'm grabbing their head, doing everything I can to desensitize them and be like, look, I don't care if you hit me. I mean, I do, but I would rather them hit me right now than when they hit 12, 14 feet. And then they're going to really hurt you. So I'll take the bites right now and I'll get them calmed down and show them that reinforcement that I don't care if you bite. So they'll stop. Hopefully that's the goal, at least.
I get bit by the young little ones. And I'm just like, oh, cute. You think you can eat me?
I think it's cute with the babies. I'm like, oh, you think you're a little badass.
Yeah, you think you're big and scary. And then you're just like, really? Yeah, they let go pretty quick. I haven't been, other than the big male pied, I haven't been bit by a bigger one yet. I've usually dodged those so far.
Yeah.
There's a video of a big pied trying to get my face, if you haven't seen it yet.
No, I have not. Actually, the first live I ever did was an unboxing on Instagram, and I was unboxing the Partho Hypo girl I got. And I'm looking her over, and instantly she goes for my face, and you just see me go, whoop. Like, she tries to tag me in the face. For a second, she's out. I'm like, yeah, you're feisty. She's not a nice one. She's that one you can sit there and grab her and she's hissing and striking, and no matter how much you're holding there just fine and chill, she's still just going at you. It's gonna be spite. I don't know if her head's messed up because she's Carso or what, or
You guys ever get the ones when you're feeding and you're at like eye level on the rack and you go to open it and they just come launching straight at your eyes?
Oh yeah.
Like people, and I want a Crebo too, and it scares the hell out of me because I've talked to Riley and a couple others that have Crebos, and they're like, dude, they launch out like they don't hold any of their body back, and my MBK is the same way. But my only slot open was at eye level, so like every time I go for feeding, I'm like this. I'm like, all right, if you come all the way out, I'm gonna catch you.
Right.
But don't do it, man.
No.
And he pops out about halfway, 3/4 of the way, realizes that the rat's nowhere near where he can grab it.
Yeah.
And then he'll back in, and then I'll give it to him, and he'll like grab it by the head and just drag it into the shadows and do his thing. But
Oh man.
I have one that we have to feed, that if I'm feeding her, it sounds so stupid, I distract her with a receiving blanket. And then like as she's coming at that, I can kind of like get her away from my face because she's right there, right? And then I can just like shove the rat at her or drop it in the bin and kind of harpoon her back in with the freaking receiving blanket. Like, she's insane. Insane, that stupid Mr.
I want to
Crystal
know where
line.
you get your ball pythons from.
I don't know. There has to be.
I've never had issues.
The
like
thing is it's that one ball python. It's that Mr. Crystal. She's insane. Like, she broke a Sterilite container, like the snap lock. She broke one of those and got out. Like, she's insane. I've never in my life. I like, John, that's your snake. You deal with her. I'm over it. Done.
Damn.
I'm like, I can't wait to replace her in a few years and wish her good luck at her new home.
Ouch.
Like,
I'm gonna
done.
laugh if that attitude gets bred down. I'm sorry.
Don't, because I'm making special head
Have
clowns
you
with
seen
her.
Puzzles? I'm just saying, the attitude gets bred down.
Oh my god, special head, because I'm making special head clowns with her this year. And if I get those, then I'm good. And then John can do what he wants with her, and then she's gone. I don't have to worry about her trying to kill me. Like, yeah, she's the only one I don't like. I like everybody else. It's that no.
I don't want to meet this snake because I've never met a really like super bad ball. I mean, the het puzzle stuff I have, they're striky, but they're not like, I want to kill you. It's more just like, hey, get the fuck away from me.
Oh no, like, I'll have to, yes, you have to literally, especially when she's building, like, and she's in that I'm starving mode.
Yeah.
She's bad. Like, bad. Because technically for her size, she should be on a small elite. We had to up her to medium because she was so bad. And she calmed down once we got her on medium.
Okay. That's
but
weird. I want to meet that snake.
No.
I need to get rid of her, send her to me.
All right. Once she goes to your place and she is the way she's with John, all nice.
Oh, probably.
Like, I can't.
It's the pheromone.
She just wants me to die.
She thinks you're a competition female.
I'm not a Lilac. What are we talking about? No, she'll be here for a while, Mr. Crystal. Like, proven breeder, she'll be here for a while.
Yeah.
I just don't feed her anymore. Like, am I the only one with these problems? Like, is it? I thought everybody had one in their collection.
I have one that's a shithead fucking eater. but that's the worst that I have. And it drives me insane because I love this girl. And someone's going to catch up to me on her because she was a world's first.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone's got another female bigger than that now because I don't follow bamboo enough, but I have a bamboo blitz that's a 2017 and it is still yet to break 1,000 grams.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Because
Wow.
every 2 months she takes about 3 months off. I can completely change everything up.
Damn.
She just goes off a feed every 3 months.
That's insane.
I had a coral glow pastel girl who's kind of like that. It's like a month on, a month off, and just it's not like exactly, but it's just sporadic. And I'm like,
Right.
come on, girl, 2 years in a row, you've reabsorbed on me. You don't want to like go past. You're kind of just stalling. I'm like, fuck. I want to make some
Yeah.
combos with that.
Yeah. Bamboo's not one I know a bunch about yet.
It's another allelic. You're good. Don't worry.
I don't know. Scarlett's asking for a bamboo female. Thank you, Brian Cusco. It's all your fault.
They're
Like,
gorgeous. Bamboo clowns are freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
she wants it to put
Bamboo
to her.
blitz clowns are gonna be freaking gorgeous.
Well, she wants to put it to her yellow belly, het pied, pos billy jeans, pos lav, het lav. That's what she wants to put it to.
Damn.
So I'm
Saw
like,
some nice bamboo puzzles.
did ya?
I think it was Corey Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, probably. Corey Woods.
Corey has some really good stuff.
Yeah.
I was just looking at
William
it today.
Philippek has some awesome bamboozles.
I know
Will, I
Nicole.
think, has them too.
Yeah, I know Nicole at a Canadian Regis works with them a lot too.
And obviously Miguel and Adam, because they're working the puzzle project together.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff. My only bamboo is a shithead eater. I'd love to have it in a lot more. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, do I really want to even breed her? Because if she carries that trait down, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
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 Are you gonna replace her then, and just keep her around?
No, because that was my first investment snake. So she'll probably turn into just a pet for the kids. But
Well, I mean, like replace her, like in your.
oh yeah, I'm
collection,
going to find some more bamboo.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we're on
3 years of feeding that girl to not see her do that was pretty heartbreaking.
What is she on? Like, what's she eating?
She switches between small rats to medium rats, but it's like she'll go and her temperature's good, humidity's good, obviously. Like she's on the same setup as everyone else.
Yeah.
But she's just got an attitude and she doesn't want to eat. And especially she's one of those that like 2 weeks before a shed and 2 weeks after a shed, she's not going to touch it anyways. But I have other ones like that too, that it's never been a problem to keep them going. But like when she goes off feed, she just goes off and it's a fight to get her back on. Like I'm doing the car rides. I'm changing everything that I can to just stimulate her into eating again. Like I got to stress her.
ASF?
Is it like a lot? Yeah.
No, so that's the one thing I don't do. I don't do lives. Once I start breeding rats again, because unfortunately I'm gonna have to go there. We've had this discussion, Dylan.
Yep.
I hate breeding rats, but
I don't mind it. I like it.
It turns it into a full-time job for me. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's just I spend. Now, granted, I spend a couple hours every day in the room, obviously, because I'm spot checking and changing waters, doing whatever. But actual work, I'm probably only working 15, 20 hours a week. Yeah. Besides like pairings and stuff like that. Like it's nothing. But once you add 3 to 5 racks of rats, you're working every day.
Oh, for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
There's no choice.
Feeding them, handling them, so that way they're not.
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm not going to handle any of them. I'm going to throw those little bastards in, shove something in their mouth so they can't bite down, and wait till the snake's done.
Yeah. We well, my with Scarlett, she likes the rats, so we want her to be able to go in and help with the rats and not worry about getting bit. So we cull the nasty ones, hold back the nice ones for breeders. It works well, but it's a lot of work. And people don't realize how much there is to rat breeding. It's not just, oh, I'm going to buy like 4 or 5 rats, throw them in a bin, and wish you a good day.
Yep.
It's not. You have to make sure they're fed properly. You have to watch their protein content. Because if they don't get enough protein and their litters are smaller, they're most likely to cannibalize their litters,
Yeah,
cannibalize each other.
For sure.
Yeah. And watch what they're eating. Because I think it was Rod from BBM Reptiles was saying, watch your feed, because if it has that red dye in it, it'll actually affect the liver of your steak.
It stays with the rat as they eat it. So
yeah.
I mean, I was only on Missouri anyways. Like I
Missouri
just paid
all day.
for it. I know some people that are having issues now because I guess it's coming out more dusty than it used to. But
I've heard some of the Missouri will cause actually like tumors and stuff in rats. I don't know. I don't have it up here.
I mean, I only had one with any genetic issues, and I think the male went after him when he was a pinky. Was the issue, and I caught it in time.
Yeah.
But he grew up, and he had one eye that was like half the size of his head on one side, and then he had a little hunchback and stuff. And I was like, I just got to call him, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna put him through that. I felt bad. And like I let him grow up for like, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I can't do that to him. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are gonna have to pardon me for like 2 minutes. I need to grab my pen, and the rock star's running through. So I will be right back.
But like, you also have to look at food sources too, because like where I'm at, I have to order in my rodent lab, and it's only 16% protein, which is not enough.
Yeah, I don't remember what the Missouri is, but it's this, like, it's specifically formulated for rat breeding.
Yeah,
it's the stuff that like zoos take in so that they can breed rodents themselves.
Yeah, we just go to like the high-end gourmet like pet food place, and we go get like that all natural like dog food. Like, I'm not talking the cheap crap stuff from Walmart. I'm talking like the really good stuff that's like $49 for a little bag of it. And it's 30% high protein, is 30%, but we just supplement the nursing moms and the pregnant moms with that. And I mean, our 4-day-old pinkies are the size of the 3 fingers. So
that's not bad. That's good growth.
Big rat, yeah.
What are you averaging in a litter?
Usually, like, we've only had a lot of first-time moms. We've only had one that's dropped a second litter so far, because just of where we're at in the game. So, I mean, our average for first litters is 9 to 11 for first litters, which is not bad.
No.
But we also don't breed them until they're 3 months old, which a lot of people will just start breeding them when they hit 6 to 7 weeks, the females. And we don't do that. We let them hit 12 weeks old, then they're bigger, they have more room, more stores, and we go from there. And it seems to work really well. And we also give them time in between litters too. We don't just immediately knock them back up again. So I don't know. It seems to be working. And we also keep them in big cages versus racks. I have nothing against racks. I just got all my cages for $50.
Dude, I started 3 colonies in 40-gallon breeders.
Yeah.
Until I could pick up a rat rack, that's what I did because that's what I had to do. Like,
I
I'm
will,
not gonna knock anything that you do.
oh yeah.
It's
Dude,
Well,
I
we
you
have
do what you
the.
have
plastic tubs and we cut out the lid and zip
Oh
tied
my
it
god, I've
into
done that
it, and
too.
then had to put the water bottles in that shit.
Well, we got the big like if you go to like PetSmart, you see the big displays for
Mhm.
like canaries and stuff, like the bird displays. They're huge, but we got them for $50, and we just took out all the dividers. I made it one big colony. And then we also have rat cages that we were able to pick up for free. There were Critter Nation big rat cages. So I mean, we had got all our setups for $50. So that's just the way we went.
Yeah.
But I want to make some racks for like grow out, or like for what's going to go be suppers that night.
Do
Because
it.
now that
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
it
that
way
means-
ahead of time. I'll tell you that because if you don't catch them in time, you'll be hating life.
yeah,
Unfortunately, when I did it, and I think this is part of the reason I hate rats so much, is
yeah,
I was doing it when I was a truck driver, right? So mama was pregnant with the last baby. I was on the road for 4 or 5 days out of the week. I would come home. I would spend my first 2 to 3 hours cleaning all the rats, separating them, doing what I had to, and then go shower so that I'm not getting freaking rat feces all over my kids and wife.
yeah.
And then it was just too much for her though, being pregnant at the time. Like now, obviously we could handle a lot more, but at that time with me being gone and her chasing 2 kids around,
Oh, for sure.
being
Rats
pregnant, that was
so
too
much
much.
more work.
Oh my god, so much more work.
I mean, it sucks, but we're planning on adding another 200 colonies this year.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah.
And people don't realize how many rats you actually need per snake.
Mm-hmm. Everybody
They
says
think
one female.
one-
I'd easily double that, triple.
3 to 4.
Yep.
3 to 4. You don't need one colony per snake. Because there's the fact that you're going to hold back grow outs, right? There's the fact that it's feeder lines. Not everything's even going to live. There's going to be days you just walk over to the bin and there's just one randomly croaked. Because it's feeder lines, right? It's so much line breeding.
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty particular. If I see cannibals, I'll feed the whole colony off immediately and replace them.
Oh yeah.
If I see any sort of issues, I feed them off and just replace.
Feed them off if they bite.
But now that we've been doing that for a couple years, we don't really have that many issues. We'll get the occasional one, and I mean, it's pretty rare now, though. For the most part, I can reach in and grab them all, even though they're feeders, and they don't bite me. They're totally chill.
Yeah.
That's how you know the young ones from the old ones too, though, because all the old ones run to the back of the tub, and the young ones. Are we getting a treat? Yeah, you're getting a treat right now, sucker.
Yep.
Have you bred rats yet, Max?
No, not yet. I've been thinking about it though. I mean, just starting with one colony just to try it out, and then if I need to buy some to supplement, then that's fine. But I don't know. I've heard a lot of bad things about it, so
man,
I get them at a pretty decent price right now, anyways. So it's not a huge deal.
It's not all bad.
I mean,
I enjoy it. Like, it's busy work. I don't know. I'm one of those people, like, I have to be busy. I don't like to just sit ever. It bugs me. I even have a hard time watching movies and TV because of it.
Yeah.
So I like it. Like, I don't know. But for the most part, I can't even lie. The girlfriend does most of the feeder stuff. Like, we both help each other, but she does most of it.
Yeah.
And you kind of get what you're missing from the reptiles with the rat breeding too. Like, you're getting that. I mean, rats will love you back.
Yeah, for me, it's more the rabbits.
John's like, what are you talking about?
The rats will love my 9-iron.
But I mean, ours are all like.
I'm not that bad. I've thought about it a few times when they get down on the ground, and I was like, my golf bag's right there. I'm just gonna nail.
We had so John went to cull one day because it cannibalized her siblings and her litter, like the whole litter. as a pup, it just went after the rest of the litter. Like, this thing was insane. So
That's
John
crazy.
grabs it to go cull it, right? And go feed it off. And she was so nasty that when he went down to do it, she somehow launched herself and bit him, right? So he went to smack her to let her go, and she got loose, right? She got loose. She was loose for 3 weeks. She got massive. She hid under our freezer. Like, to the point, like, I'm home alone with the 3 kids at this point. Like, he's gone working 3 hours away, and I can't get this damn thing. It's evading sticky traps. It's evading mouse traps. It's evading every trap. Like, I made one out of a bucket where, like, they come up and it spins and they fall in. She got out of that somehow. Like, she was insane. But yet she would, like, if I had to go into the freezer, she'd come out and bite me.
Jesus.
So, like,
You had one of those fucking Princess Bride swamp rats.
Oh my god. So John finally got her cornered, and he had to do the steel toe boot to the head thing. He finally got her cornered, and yeah, it was not a good, yeah. But
only ever had one
when
rat that I like really liked. And I don't know what it was. He was supposed to be a feeder, but he kept crawling on my damn hand and looking at me, and I was like, fuck it. All right, we're keeping him, and his name's Patches. And now I have Patches 3rd generation. I just keep one son. Every time the dad gets old, I keep Patches Jr. Now we're on Patches Jr.
Yeah.
My wife did that when she was pregnant too. She's like, "Oh, I like this one. I want it." And so she took it and she brought it inside. And I was like, "If this fucking rat gets out."
Oh no, he's still in the colony. He has to put in work, or else it's not worth
it.
Oh, yeah. My wife turned it into an actual pet.
Oh, damn.
Put it in its own tank, and then it was like, "Oh, well, I just read that they don't do well alone, so I need to bring a couple others." I was like, "You."
That's when you bring in a couple females and you let her have a pet colony, but feed off its offspring.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do.
Dude, it's just being noisy over here.
That's what we do. That's how we got our first rat. We bought a pup. Well, it was a pup, but it was actually like a fuzzy. It was just pup size. And went to feed it to my asphalt, and she wouldn't take it. She freaking snuggled with the thing. Like, it snuggled up to her. It went 2 rounds with this snake and lived. And I'm like, I'm naming you Spartacus. Like, you went 2 rounds. Like, you can live now. And he passed away not too long ago. But 3 days after he passed away, his girlfriend dropped a litter. So I've got Spartacus Jr.
Nice.
From that. So they were all born on Friday the 13th.
That's awesome.
I can't believe I even kept a rat. Honestly, I've always like, nope, they're just fucking food. Get them away from me. I don't care. But it was just that one. I was like, fuck. Now I'm hooked.
Yeah. Oh, I have no issues going in and being like, you're being fed, you're being fed, you're being fed. That's fine.
Yeah.
No problem. But I have ones that are like, oh, you're cute and adorable. You're staying and you're going to be a breeder. But your children are food. Not a problem.
Yeah, that's why I let the girlfriend do it. I'll go in there and feed everything off.
Yeah, I had the opposite issue. Like, I actually cared, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm feeding them off." And then after I started getting bit, or I started getting escapees, I was like, "You know what? Fuck you guys."
You don't love me back, you little shit.
But it's nice though,
giving
because
you like all these treats and shit, and fattening you up for the snakes and making you happy, and fuck you guys.
But it's nice though, because occasionally we'll get really nice temperament males, because we feed off the males mainly, that are just really sweet, nice temperament, and I can actually sell them as pets and put that money back into rat food. To like it's almost like the rat breeding pays for itself, which pays for the snake food. I know. I'm like, what's it doing?
He wants out.
He wants to shine on these like.
Dylan's gonna get bit on your podcast. Oh.
John wants a monitor so bad, and I'm like, no.
They're cool, man. I don't have the space for it right now.
Neither do we. He wants to he's reading that you could tennis ball train them or whatever.
Yeah,
no.
you spot train them essentially. So you put a ball at the end.
Target training.
Yeah.
That's what's called. Yeah.
You could do it at the end of a stick, and you make them come up and touch it, and then you reward them and change their behavior. But
I'm like, no. I told him we could get some red ackies. That's as big as I'm going with lizards. No.
Well, you don't like big lizards?
It's not that I don't like big lizards. It's I don't like the setup for big lizards, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they take a lot of work.
It's a lot of, right now I want to get more into the snakes and stuff where we're just starting out. I don't have the time or the resources right now to get into big lizards.
Yeah.
Because bearded dragons are expensive enough. We were looking at John was looking at a savanna monitor at one point, and I priced everything out, and I'm like, we can't do that right now.
That's what this guy is.
Yeah.
He was being a little noisy over there, so I thought I'd grab him for a second. He just kept clawing.
Because when we were going to get one, we were going to do the big mylar greenhouses to help with the humidity.
Does never end up working out.
No, I've heard good things.
No, their claws are sharp. They're going to cut right through that. They're smart. He tries to open the glass alone. I'd be scared if that was a zipper or thin grow tent. Plus, with that said, I feel like it's just a fire hazard with the amount of heat these guys need.
Yeah, that was my thing too. I'm like, we're just not at that point where we can comfortably have one.
Yeah.
So I told him no. He was not happy, but I'm like, maybe in a few years once we're breeding and we have money to put back into our hobby.
Yeah.
Then we'll revisit that when we can build it a room.
Yeah.
In our own house.
Well, savannas are cool, but definitely need an 8x4x4 minimum. I mean, and it's just a lot of work.
Yeah, we were looking at doing an 8x8x4.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah. We're with lizards especially, we're bigger the better.
Yeah.
No lizard's gonna say that's too much room.
Nope.
Right.
I always say too, though, people treat enclosures like that's their prison. You know what I mean? And I'm not on that level at all. I feel like it's like your bedroom for them, right?
Yeah.
So they go to their bedroom or their tub or their enclosure, but you got to bring them out and interact just like we leave our rooms, we leave our houses, And I feel like a lot of people get that wrong. They get the enclosure and they're like, well, that's where they live. They never take them out. Just feed it, clean it, You gotta let
no different than having a kennel for a dog. That's their room.
Exactly.
That's their room. We kennel trained our dog, but his kennel sits open. That's just where he goes lay down during the daytime, when he's tired. We don't lock him in, but that's his room. I was worried the savannah would, because my dog thinks all the reptiles are his friends. He's a poodle shepherd corgi mix, by the way. I was like, the savannah monitor would be bigger than our dog. And at this point too, when we were looking at it, we were living in a 2-bedroom apartment with five of us.
Oh yeah, no.
That's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
2-bedroom apartment with shelves and racks up to the ceiling of animals. We're sleeping in the living room on a pull-out couch. The kids have the bedroom. The dining room is completely reptiles. There was no room for all of us, let alone, I'm like, where the hell are you putting the fucking savannah monitor? We're going to have to put all the kids into one room. But yeah. So I'm going to see if there's any more questions in the chat here, because it is 2:13 and I know Max has to go to bed. Because he's like, can we be done at 11? So I'm going to give it 5 minutes, see if anybody in the chat has any questions, and then we'll call it a night. I'm also a little tired because it is 12.
For sure.
Is there any advice you guys would give to someone starting out, like say me, who's going into their first season?
Buy all males. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah. I know basic anatomy, and I know that's not going to work.
I know it's kind of oversaid, but work with what you love, and don't jump in too fast. That'd be probably my number two, or biggest two things.
Yeah.
That, and don't follow the trends just because I don't know. I see too many people doing it, and it's like, oh, if Justin makes something, I got to make it now. Now, fuck that. Do what you want and what you love. If there's a combo you want to make, just do it.
What about you, Max?
I mean, yeah, do your research. Don't just look at one example. Kind of, see what's out there, how it mixes with other genes, and just kind of pick what you like, work with what you love, and you'll make great things.
Yeah. I always say make sure to watch a lot of different people, like especially on YouTube, a lot of different YouTubers that are breeders, because everybody does everything differently.
Yep.
Don't think that you have to breed. That's the big thing. Like everyone gets one snake and then they think that they have to breed. And make sure that you're actually in love with what you're doing. Like the issue is people will get one or two snakes, and one or two snakes isn't hard to take care of. You change the water a couple times a week, you feed them once a week, good to go. Right? You don't have that extra $100, $200, possibly $300 electricity bill. They don't think about the enclosure setup. They don't think about any of that. They're just like, oh, I got these 2 tanks and these 2 ball pythons, and let me reproduce it and say that I'm a fucking breeder now. And because they feel like as soon as they get more than one that they have to be. You don't have to be. Like a lot of us that have gotten to this point, we do it because we enjoy it, and we need, not necessarily that we need a means to kind of support our habit, but you do kind of need a means to support the habit. Like we're all a little psychologically fucked up because we want to spend all this money and not have a return. Like we would all just have zoos that made no money if it was possible. But unfortunately, that's not the way life works. You know what I mean? Like I can't get paid just to play with animals all day unless I'm working at a zoo. And if I was working at a zoo, I'm not going to get paid very well. So this is our alternative. So don't, like Dillon said, don't jump into it too quick. Don't go crazy. Don't think that you have to be a breeder right off the bat. Like take your time. It's okay to enjoy this. And if you don't enjoy like checking the mouths and checking your animals and cleaning up snake shit and doing the little meticulous tasks that you have to deal with, then breeding's probably not right for you.
Yeah, you're going to hate it real quick.
Because I'm cleaning every day. Every day we're cleaning. But we're at that point of the collection that literally an hour a day in spot cleaning and filling dishes, like we only have 20 some odd. Like it's not super. The bearded dragons take long. One bearded dragon takes longer than all the ball pythons.
Yes.
Yes. I would like to say I'm exaggerating, but I'm really not.
They're nasty.
They are.
Worst thing that I ever did was let my wife put the bearded dragon enclosure in our room. You get that shit in the middle of the night, and you're just like,
oh my God. And a lot of people don't even keep those properly. Mm-hmm. They're not putting them in 4x2x2 enclosures. They're not doing the T5 UVB lights on the mounted inside of the enclosure. That's 2/3 the length of the enclosure. They're not having the 100 to 110 or above hotspot. Just a little knowledge. I know with snake people, but
it's hard to do it though for a lot of people. Like it's hard to keep an enclosure that way. And that's what sucks about fucking beardies, because they're put off as one of the best freaking starter snake or starter reptiles, but the husbandry on that reptile's fucking hard to keep.
Oh, Dillon disappeared.
Yeah, he froze.
Oh. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you know, you go to PetSmart and you see these things for like $89, these beardies, and then you're getting what they tell you to get, and then they don't realize that it's actually bad. You need to drop $300 to $400 on lighting, heating, proper enclosures. Yeah. Because beardies are not one that you pop in a small tank and grow it out. You need to just go. That's my best. I'm still learning about ball pythons. Like you guys all know, I started in April, and here we are December, and I'm revamping everything according to what I've learned so far.
I started in April too, so we're right there together.
Yeah. And we're redoing everything from scratch because, you know, we're learning as we go with this, and the more we reach out to different people, and even just like even moving to a different place and having a different room now, that's completely different than the way we kept them in our last place. Because now that room has its own way of doing stuff, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So now we're revamping. I can't wait till everything's all done so I can actually like show off stuff, because nobody wants to see Stairlight tubs just stacked on a shelf right now. It's not pretty. It works, but it's not pretty.
Enjoy the hustle. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, don't be afraid of it, man. Like, don't be afraid to do what you're doing. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It doesn't matter the way your setup is. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know the way that you're gonna improve upon it. As long as you're willing to put it out there, say, hey, before I show this, I know I'm fucked up. I'm gonna fix it. You know, like that's all it takes. Like I got a fucking retic in a 40 gallon right now. She's over a year old, but she's small and it fits her right now.
Yeah.
And also the enclosures that she needs are $800 just for the fucking enclosure. You know what I mean? So that's an expense that I'm getting ready to go to, but I have retics being set up and stuff that's probably a little bit too small for them right now.
Yeah.
But they're still growing. And like Dillon was saying, I don't keep any of my snakes in their fucking jail or whatever you want to call it. All of my snakes get out regularly. They all get exercise. Like they get to go through the whole house. So you know what? If they're in an enclosure for like 12 to 14 hours a day, that's at a time, that's too small for them. Sorry. I'm going to fix it eventually, but it's not like they spend all day in there. Like all my snakes. And that's why I don't want that fucking full-time collection either, because then I can't do that.
Yeah.
Either that or I got to hire people to do that. And no one's going to take care of my animals the way I take care of my animals.
No. That's what I worry about. If something were to happen to John and I, like who's taking care of our animals, that's what I worry about. I got the children taken care of. I just don't know about the animals. Estate sale. Do you have any closing thoughts, Dillon, especially for new breeders?
Trying to think.
You said don't grow too quick. I did that.
Don't grow too quick and work with what you love. I mean, really, that's the best things I can say. Especially working with what you love, you know. If you're not going to be happy opening that tub forever, don't get the damn animal. Because whether it makes you money or not, you need to be happy looking at them. That's why I keep a bunch of stuff I don't breed too, just because it makes me happy. I come in here and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I can hang out with this animal. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you got to have fun with it. If you're not having fun in life, what are you doing? Right. Especially if you plan on doing this for a living, you better fucking love it.
I mean, there's some I don't like, but I like what don't make.
I don't know. Maybe
tomato.
But if John likes it, that's fair play for you though. Because if you don't like it, your husband probably liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's,
So it's gonna
that's
get taken care of.
oh
but
yeah. I mean,
it's the
the
other
Mystic
stuff.
Crystal I don't like just because, she's evil. But I mean, she's taken care of. She's just an evil witch. Someday I'll have to do a video with her because she's just insane.
So right before I got cut off or something, I lost connection or something, I guess. But I was gonna say we haven't seen any snakes this whole chat. John, can you pull out some snakes?
What do you want?
Everything.
I wish I could go grab one. They're all downstairs in the basement.
I just thought we at least needed some snake action here.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Well, part of me is hoping I can wire. Like my Wi-Fi in the basement's really crappy. Like it cuts out. But then I'm like, I really need to get it worked out so I can like do these from the reptile room. And then part of me is like, do I really want to sit here for 2 to 3 hours in an 85-degree room?
Yeah.
And do them? Like,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I would.
This one's
to.
80, so it it's not too far off, but I feel it. It's hard.
Oh, I'm in there in a few minutes, and I have to go step outside. Like it's hot in there.
Damn. Yeah.
But it's nice that I have the luxury to be able to run ambient. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I feel it.
Yeah, I love ambient. Pretty.
Oh. That's a good looking tick.
I like that.
I love that side pattern.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to get bit because he says he always gets bit.
Oh,
I
she
can't
is
wait.
the biggest baby. It took me forever to get her that way, but she's the biggest baby.
That's a gorgeous girl.
She's a platinum tiger.
So,
Platy tiger. Nice.
well, I mean, since you're sitting there saying snake, I don't have John's sleeping, so I can't make him run for one. Sorry, guys.
This camera thing's bugging me. It's backwards from Instagram.
I mean, I only have 20, so I mean, everybody's seen all my snakes, so like, there's not much variety here right now.
Is that het hypo boy, Max?
So this is the puzzle.
Yep.
Het
Puzzle
hypo.
Het hypo.
Nice.
Love that.
I really love hypo. People don't work with it enough.
No.
He's got like the crazy flaming up here on the sides. It just goes all the way down. He's got the come here.
I have to say my favorite snake in my collection, like prettiness wise, is that OD City NC Fire or Vanilla I have. That's my favorite. Does anybody else have a favorite?
It's hard for a favorite. I like
love his little 8.
Ooh, nice.
Looks like a billiard ball.
Right?
That's a good looking dude.
Is that the puzzle?
Yeah. And then I've got my pastel Angie butter desert ghost.
Nice.
Love that fadedness.
Oh
yeah.
Desert Ghost.
She's the shyest one that I have.
Yo.
So pretty.
But hold on.
I need Desert Ghost so bad.
Come on. Super wide belly.
My God. That's one thing that kind of blows up here a bit. Is you guys have down in the States, there's a lot more breeders and a lot more morphs and stuff you can get than versus here.
Oh, look at the little MBK.
John will be watching that.
Is that your male or a female? I don't know if he can hear me.
Probably not. We can talk a lot of poop about him right now.
That's a little female. Though. I'm not pulling the male out. He hasn't eaten yet this week.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Get you right on the hand.
Doing that on camera. Or maybe I am, but just not for you guys. Sorry.
That's what she said.
You want to see me get hit in the face? Watch my vlogs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were saving it for your OnlyFans.
My OnlyFans?
People have seriously asked me if I'm going to do that.
What? Weirdos.
I mean,
I told
it's
everybody
okay,
I was going to start one just to be the only guy with snakes on there and just to fuck with them.
but then you realize Kevin McCurley's on there.
Well, it wasn't even so. It was created
It'll make me puke.
like Patreon and stuff like that. Like it was just supposed to be another creative medium, and then
Yeah.
all the strippers found a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. Gotta make money when the club's closed.
Yeah.
That's such a nice snake. And
Just,
I'm not a huge fan of.
Banana firefly asphalt.
Yeah.
You know what? I got a snake that might change your mind on that, Kathleen.
Oh,
Hold on. Let me grab this dude.
it's banana.
Nana fofana.
And John's sleeping for all the bananas. That's nice one, Max.
There's a black pastel VPI xanthic, 66% hip hide.
Nice. So what you got there, Dylan?
This is a pastel sugar
Pastel Lesser GHI.
plus.
Okay,
Nice.
I know, but I was asking Dylan. That's why I said Dylan.
I heard John. I'm sorry.
What was that, Dylan?
This is a Coral Glow Sugar Spot Nose Pastel Plus. But the way, in general, what you're really seeing here is the Coral Glow Sugar and Spot Nose influence.
Yeah.
Just the way that it brightens up, it's keeping those purples. It's got that super high white.
I still see freckles.
Still some freckles, but less. He's also got this paradox spot right there. You
Yeah.
can see it. But just love the way that, certain genes interact differently with it a lot. So it's like, I feel like pastel kind of fucks with it. I kind of wish he didn't have that in here.
Yeah.
I think if you saw the right combos, you'd like some more Coral Glow shit.
There's one I didn't mind. It was the guy I bought our banana mahogany off of. He hit his first season. He hit a world first, and it was a banana lesser leopard mahogany.
Okay.
I'll show you a picture. It's Aeronauts Madmorph Exotic, and that thing is insane looking.
I'm gonna have to check it out now because I love the Coral Glow and banana combos.
Yeah, it's insane looking. So, yeah, and then his second season, he hit my snake, which was the world's first too, the banana mahogany spot nose HRA.
Yeah.
Tosshead hypo. So I'm like, what do you got planned for the third season? Like,
Yeah.
like he's killing it with the mahogany game.
I honestly haven't seen much of the mahogany stuff. I need to step it up.
You don't see it a lot.
No.
I'm not super huge into it. John is. But so I just help him figure out the genetic stuff with it.
Yeah.
And he wants to work it into like clowns because mahogany clowns are super nice.
Hell yeah.
He wants to work it into everything. He wants one of the things he's working on is Suma Cinipides. So pied, obviously, Cinipides is a reduced pattern.
Yeah.
You throw in the Suma, you're going to get something that's panda pied adjacent without worrying about the kinks and stuff like that. So he wants to hit that, and then he wants to do a Suma freeway. Because
Has that been made yet?
no.
I don't think so.
So where the freeway adds back a lot of that dorsal stripe,
Yep.
and Suma occasionally you can see a red dorsal stripe. He's hoping that the freeway will really brighten that and bring it back. Hard to say. You could end up with just a black snake, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. We'll find out in a few years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We might be lending it to someone, one of our females, for the stranger project. So
Yeah.
it all depends on, because I know a couple people who want to put a mahogany to a stranger and see if they're the same thing or not, or if they're allelic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, I've got this female downstairs. She might be ready next season. It all depends. So it's 2 people I trust. So if one of them wants to bother her and give me a snake in exchange with stranger in it, out of the clutch, cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm not going to complain.
Right.
So, yeah.
Hey, so John, what's your biggest retic now?
That was her.
That was her? Sweet.
She's just
so
a
little,
baby.
though.
Well, she looks little. She's like 7 feet long. She's just thin.
Yep.
She doesn't have that heavy body yet.
Yep.
All right. So I'm just double checking for any questions. No, nobody had any questions. Apparently, we're either boring them or we answered everything. I'm going with I bored everybody. Just kidding. It's a very chill night here. I think everybody's tired from Christmas.
It's been a very, very enjoyable but long week.
Yeah. Christmas is exhausting. I'm tired. I'm over it.
Oh yeah.
Time to prepare for next. Well, we've got birthdays coming up in February. Like,
I got birthday, Valentine's Day, Arlington show.
we don't even bother with Valentine's Day around here.
My wife won't let me get away with that.
We don't even bother.
The next month I have a birthday, and then the next month I have a birthday. So,
damn.
Beginning of the year is a rough time for me.
Sounds hectic.
John just has his birthday. His brother has his birthday. Then we have the 2 kids, the 2 girls, in February, and then the boys in July. Corona, like, it's just ridiculous. And Scarlett's convinced that since she didn't get bamboo for Christmas, she's getting bamboo for her birthday. If anybody out there has a cheap female bamboo, I can buy. I mean, here's the thing, though. If you had a kid and that was so excited to be breeding snakes along with you and came up and said, I want this, are you really going to tell them no?
Yep.
Really? Or would you encourage them?
Work for it.
Well, I mean, she does
do
work
them
for it.
chores.
Yeah, she does her chores.
Yeah.
We have the chore chart. So I don't tell her, like, I mean, what's she really going to do with the bamboo? And it's a bamboo yellow belly, like, not that spectacular. But she wants to make her whatever she wants and have at her.
You never know. Maybe her imagination's what we haven't found yet.
Yep.
She also wants a lab het pied female so she can make yellow belly dreamsicles.
See, she's already got good taste.
She makes the dreamsicle before me. There's going to be words. She's sick. Snakes are better than a game console. We don't watch a lot of TV around here.
Yeah, same.
It's never on.
If anything, I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm too busy during the day.
Yeah.
Like, I've got the kids, the animals, the rats. Well, I mean, the animals. I'm too busy. There's not enough time in the day.
I feel it. Even if I have time, I'm either in here or working on a little project. You know?
That's why I had to stop doing 4 or 5 of these things a week. I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there doing 4 or 5 of these a week in the beginning. Since we're speaking about YouTube, Max, you thinking about joining the YouTube world?
Eventually. I think if I want to be on YouTube, I mean, I thought about it at the beginning just to kind of document my growth as I went.
Yeah.
But I'm really kind of camera shy. So I mean, not that good of a public speaker. So I just kind of, I might grow into it, but I think I'll just stick with my little like unboxing on Instagram, stuff like that for now. But I think with YouTube, it'd just be more like to share knowledge, and I'm still trying to learn that knowledge now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going into first season and doing this because I feel like a phony if I try to do videos, and it's kind of not my style.
Yeah.
Dillon and Jon, you do both.
Yeah.
Is there one way you prefer it over the other? Like, do you prefer the podcast styles versus videos?
I like them both, but for different aspects. The problem I find with the edited videos is like, I guess I'd have enough content, but I don't want to like bore people with like the same old shit every week. Like, oh, here's me cleaning. Here's this same snake you saw 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I just feel like maybe that's not what people want to see. And I'm not trying to waste my time, edit videos, and then bring stuff that people aren't going to watch. Now, I have been having a lot of fun doing my history of Burmese python videos. Hit a block in that, but I do have more of them coming. But I like the live style because I can interact with people in the comments and I can actually talk and bullshit. And I don't know about you guys, but I keep a closed room. So I don't really let strangers in my room, or like, if you're buying a snake from me, I'm meeting you up the street. I don't bring people to my facility.
Right.
I'm just kind of paranoid about it. So like, it's a way for me to share with like the other people that I talk to, like, oh, hey, here's my room. If you want to see snakes, like I'll pull anything out. That's why I started doing the live stream. It's just because I want to hang out with people and just like interact without having the danger of, random people bringing mites in my room or respiratory infection or, God forbid, ill intentions or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't, like, even when we're selling rats, like our pet ones, you never know what animals they have at home that could pass on something to your colony, especially with something like mycoplasma, which is highly contagious within rats.
Yep.
And once you've got it, the whole colony's got it. Yeah. And it's bad. And the only way to cure it is antibiotics. But if you give your colony antibiotics, guess what you can't do? You can't feed it off. Same with rat lice. Rat lice is 100% treatable. But here's the thing. You have to give advantage. You can't feed them off then. So I don't let anybody down into our basement at all.
Kathleen, hit me up after this live. I'll tell you how to fix those where you can still feed them off.
I don't have any, but be good to know for future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're picky. I don't even let like my dog or cat go downstairs because I'm too paranoid.
Dude, the cat wants in this room so bad, but I'm like, trust me, girl, you don't want in here. You're gonna look like a snack to a lot of these animals.
The dog misses like the reptiles. Like he used to sit there for hours and watch the turtles.
Yeah. I will say the dogs love the tortoise, but he lives outside most of the year, so.
We have a few plans for the new year. Like, I think we'll do videos for like big things like our first clutch.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. I do want to do a time lapse of dropping minnows in the turtle tank and try to find an underwater cam and drop that in.
That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we're hoping. All right. 2:43. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired.
pretty tired. It was a
So-
long day today.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
having
Oh,
me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
come back another time when we're all a little more energetic. Maybe. We're all so chill tonight. I think we're all tired from the holidays. Like seriously. If you guys aren't following these guys, I did put all their links during the stream because I was slow today. Down in the description below. Jon has Instagram and YouTube, same with Dillon. And Max has YouTube until we can convince him to come on.
Oh,
YouTube.
Instagram and Facebook.
Facebook. I don't even bother with the Facebook links anymore.
When I have it, but it's more just when I post on Instagram, it's like, oh yeah, share it to Facebook too. Why not?
Yeah, my favorite though is when everybody has like a link tree.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have to sit there and go get every single link. I can just link their link tree.
But it's fun.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna create my link tree tonight. Now that you got this done.
Did you
Yeah.
even?
Just kidding.
I have evidence of Jon being nice to me. I'm going to
Never
screenshot
happened.
it,
Never
screenshot it, and put it into the world.
happened.
It's just a
I'm not
Jon
a nice
thing. Dude.
person. Don't say that.
I'm pretty much convinced that I'm the little sister of the group. That's why you guys all poop on me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Fair.
Pretty much. All right. Thanks you guys for coming on. I think our next one is Wednesday. Yep. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head because I'm very tired and my schedule is gone. What is Wednesday?
Wednesday?
Yeah.
The 30th.
30th? Yeah.
30th. Can't even think. But I'll announce it later. I know it's somebody. It's somebody.
Go to bed, woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm booked right into February, and we're starting to book into March. I can't
Look at you,
remember
Miss
who.
Popular.
It's called I'm an Overachiever, and I've been booking people since November. So I am, contrary to popular belief, I am putting the work in. Because
Okay.
it's so much fun
otherwise.
to talk to people. It's so much fun to talk to people and learn things and take everybody along this ride of talking and learning and stuff.
She's just calling me and stealing my schedule.
I am not.
All right.
All right,
I'm
I'm
done
not-
throwing jabs. I'm
Crap.
done throwing jabs.
Okay. I'm done with these guys. I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.